Hello everyone and welcome to episode 6 of Lost Judgment. We are planning on doing some more story content today. Last episode we spent a lot of time working on the school missions and working with the dance club and some of the side content surrounding that. It's not to say that none of that will happen this time, but as discussed earlier in the stream, what we did was use that as an opportunity to mark that episode as being all school stories, so that the people who really want to focus in on the main storyline can do so, and otherwise if people want to see everything, well, so do we. So hopefully that will represent a good compromise. Now, where we left off, I was trying to crack the code to get into the gambling den. I don't have any new information on that right now, so we will... Can I get through this, or are these barrels going to be in Yagami's way? Oh, an Eye of the Dragon. Really? Okay. The Eye of the Dragon is a valuable crafting material. I don't know that we need anything for it right now. Carol Luna is saying the code is 42. It is true. We haven't tried just a 2-digit code on that 8-digit keypad. It very well could be. Okay, now, the next actual story quest is to head to Kamurocho, and I think we can just do that by hopping into the taxi cab right here, can't we? I don't actually know how to get into the taxi cab. Oh, I'm on the wrong side. I'm on the American side. The base fare is 500 yen. Where would you like to go? Well, we'd like to go to Kamurocho. And hello to... Oh, I said hello to Carolina. Hello also to Blah Blah Blah. What a treat. I will be half in lurk while getting ready for bed, though. Blah Blah Blah, thank you so much for the lurk. How was your New Year's Eve, he says? New Year's Eve went really well. It's been a very busy New Year's Day. Catching up with some family and doing some stuff around the house. But, yeah, it's great. And, guys, this is... I might bring this up again as we go through. We're recording this January 1st, 2022. It is actually the 2-year anniversary on the dot of when we flipped the switch and took affiliate status on Twitch. We've been streaming for a lot longer than that, but this is officially, today, our 2-year anniversary of Twitch streaming as an affiliate. So, thank you for joining. Carolina says, congratulations. Yeah, thank you very much. And Carolina, just before I hit this button, Carolina did a great stream earlier of Star Sector. He's very good at showing that game off. It looks very, very neat. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Thank you very much. Okay, let's be on our way. Now, I believe... Sorry, I should have done a story recap. I think that we're on our way to visit with Ehara, the guy... Well, hold on. We're probably going to get some sort of a recap here.
What's up, Kaito-san? Something wrong?
Call me crazy, but doesn't the city seem noisier to you?
What the hell? Kaito's senses tingling or something?
Maybe they are. Well, no point trying to explain shit that doesn't make sense.
Anyway, I need to go talk to Sari-san before the interview.
All right, since I don't know what is and is not going to be covered here, we are currently on our way to have an interview with Ehara, who is this guy. Ehara is currently in custody after having groped and been convicted of groping a young woman who was at the subway terminal. He committed sexual assault against her, and so far the characters appear to believe that this was to set up an alibi for a crime that then, during his sentencing, he directly implicated himself in. So I don't necessarily understand their thinking, but he is currently in custody, and we're going to go interact with Sari-san, who is one of the attorneys at Genda Law. She is the lead defense attorney that was defending him in court against overwhelming evidence that he had done it, including some videotape evidence of him getting apprehended by a squad of Good Samaritans that were at the site when the woman spoke up and identified him as being the person who had assaulted her. So the evidence that he did the sexual assault is really overwhelming. What exactly his connection to the case is, the murder case, remains unknown, except that the guy that was murdered, Mikashiba, allegedly bullied Ehara's son to the point that he, as a third-year high school student, had committed suicide. So that would provide the motive. And that's where we are. I just wanted to have a little bit of a recap for people that aren't catching every single episode. It's a long-form story. Carolyn is saying that he knows so little of Star Sector that it feels weird to say that he's showing off really well. But from what little I know and have heard about Star Sector, it is, as soon as I start running, it's a large enough game that you can only ever know a little bit about it.
Hold on a minute, Todd.
What?
I'm noticing a lot more punks scurrying around than normal. Something's up.
Really? Huh. Maybe so.
Hey, don't I know you two? You're detectives around here, ain't you?
Yeah, so what?
You ever seen this guy before? A few years ago, he was the manager at some girls' bar nearby.
Haven't seen this guy around, or maybe I have and just forgot. I have no memory of ever seeing this person at all.
You really need all these meatheads just to find one dude? Must be one slippery eel.
Damn right he is. Now, do you know him or not?
I'm thinking. Out of curiosity, what's a guy doing running a girls' bar?
I don't think he actually ran the floor or anything. All I care about is him up and vanishing out of nowhere.
So he's a missing person? Since when?
5 years ago.
I mean, disappearing from Kamurocho isn't that uncommon. 5 years. What do you really expect to find?
Your guy have a name?
Patikin, hold
And
on.
who gave the order to find him?
Trying to be cute? We're the ones asking the questions here. Don't fuck with us.
Who's fucking with who, asshole? You want to ask questions? You're gonna have to ask nice.
Nice or not, information has a price. It's our bread and butter, so we don't give handouts.
How about I butter your brains on the sidewalk?
Straight to throwing punches, huh? Even the Yakuza treated people better than that.
Fuck off!
Wait, just a quick pause here. Wait, are we still in the cutscene? Because if I can pause the cutscene, then I'll do that. Patikin, thank you so much for the resubscription. I know that it's very, very late or much later where Patikin lives, so hopefully I did not miss an opportunity to say thank you. Patikin, thank you so much for the resubscription. 25 months. Patikin was among the very first round of people who subscribed to the channel. We really, really appreciate it. And Patikin, thank you so much for the Fall Guys stream that you were doing earlier today. We were in there and lurking a whole bunch, including when Drienne and friends raided over. So I'm glad that you're enjoying that, but also that you said that you're going to be returning to story games in the week coming up. So I hope you had a wonderful New Year's Eve, and we're very much looking forward to it.
Let's go.
Okay, just did that perfectly. Oh, thank you, Kaito. Sorry. Wow, okay, so he's pretty quick. Sir, I'm really sorry about this. We'll be outside of your establishment in just a second. I just need to clean that up. All right, sorry. Uh-oh. I irrationally wanted to do that without taking any healing items. I'm sorry. Don't risk a KO. Use a recovery item whenever your health runs low. Yeah, I should really do that. Oh, Mia, thank you so much for the resubscription. Oops. Hold on, let me just grab this. Hey lady, you might not want to come into this street just now. Just give me a second. Ouch. Okay. Nope. Turn around, Yagami. Okay. Dropped him on his head on the corner of that step. Mia, thank you very, very much for the resubscription in the 2 years.
That all you guys got? Kamurocho used to be tough. Look at these punks.
Kaito-san.
Huh? It's Akutsu. First name Daimyo.
You know him?
Former Tojo clan guy, ex-Yakuza.
Ex-Yakuza? Well, if you say so.
Yagami Detective Agency. Maybe I ought to just hire you guys for this. We're looking for a guy. You heard, didn't you?
This guy you're after, he was some kind of girls' bar manager here in town? I take it this manhunt is your idea?
Nah. Soma's taking point on this one. Came from one of his connections. There's gonna be a big pile of cash in it for whoever finds him. Practically all of Kamurocho's in on this race.
And Soma is?
He's the one in charge of the RK gang. Of course, he's former Tojo clan too. First name Kazuki.
That's crazy. Did the whole Tojo clan join this thing?
Kaito would know all about all the bullshit rules it takes to keep the Yakuza running. They'll take their cut from you and call it the honorable thing to do in the same damn breath. Right, Kaito? In this new age, wouldn't you be better off joining us?
You guys are too small time to pull that shit on me.
You know what else, though? In the Yakuza, if your boys went down, it was on you to get revenge for them. I don't give two shits about that these days. I would say, if there's someone disrespecting you, you might as well go get the jump on them. I would walk right up and stick them in the gut. You wouldn't even see it coming, detective. Yeah? So don't go disrespecting me. There won't be a warning next time.
Okay. Akutsu, you said? Did he get very far in the Tojo clan?
Nah. He may have had the potential, but he never got to make anything of it. The whole thing came crashing down before he got his time in the sun. Soma's the same way, actually. They both tried to climb up the Yakuza ranks, but then the families disbanded. And by the time that happened, all the pawns were cleared off the board. So, now they're ex-Yakuza in the wind. And along comes this gang without all the rules and systems they were dealing with. You end up with RK, a network of thugs.
RK? What does the acronym stand for?
Who the hell knows? After the Yakuza, I guess they wanted to sound more Western.
If they think they can replace the Tojo clan, those are pretty big shoes to fill.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say they've been discriminating. Civilian punks who want quick cash are easy recruits. RK's happy to scoop them up. Next thing you know, you've got an asshole army.
That's unfortunate, but speaking of the Tojo clan, have you talked to Higashi lately?
Yeah. As far as ex-Tojo clan guys go, he's one of the good ones. The family left him in charge of that arcade, and now that they're gone, he's basically the owner. I heard he even gave some of the younger family guys jobs. If you get a chance, you ought to show up there every once in a while.
Nah, Higashi. I am the last person in the world that guy wants to see.
And hello to Markintosh. Hold on just a second, Yagami. It is always true that when you're streaming, a big cutscene starts. That's when people stop by. Hopefully, I did not miss the opportunity to say hello to Markintosh, who says Happy New Year. For everybody who's sort of coming in, I said just as we started, today is January 1st, 2022, and it is officially, really, truly today, the 2-year anniversary of hitting affiliate status here on Twitch. It was available to us for a while before that, but we decided to throw that switch on January 1st, 2020, and here we are, 2022, official 2-year anniversary. So again, thank you very much to both Mia and Patikin for the 2-year anniversary subs. It means a lot, guys. Thank you very much. And Markintosh, I hope that you also had a very good New Year. All right. I need supplies because we have spent a lot of cash. No, we've eaten a lot of food. Just buying sort of a handful of things whenever possible. Oh, wait, we don't have any other crispy beef cat foods. Yeah, let me have 5 or 6 of those. We've got 7 of these. And then Toughness Z, yeah, we don't have any of those. Torriner. Stamina X. Yeah, get one of those. Boss Light Sugar. Let's get another. No, we actually have Maximum Mountain Dew. It's not always well known, but you are not allowed to have more than 3 Mountain Dews on you at any given time. Some sake. You never know when you might need to have a quick drink.
Arigatou gozaimashita.
Oh, and hello to Drienne. Drienne, thank you so much for the anniversary wishes, and also thank you so much for the stream that you guys did of... Sorry, I'm stumbling over proper names right now. Conan Exiles. It was really great to see you guys all back together. And Sam Melander, thank you so much for the anniversary wishes as well. It's been a busy streaming day, like in a really great way, because Sam Melander, Drienne, Patikin, Caroluna, Ricardinho, I think, is streaming right now. Like, so many great people are online today for January 1st. It's been a ton of stuff to watch, and very much appreciate it. But yeah, Drienne, for sure, let everybody else know, too, that they're... it was great to have you guys all together again for something like Conan Exiles. Alright, yeah, I'm taking a few lumps. How about a beef kalbi bowl? That looks pretty good. And... oh, they don't sell anything to drink at all. Alright.
Starving. Pretty tasty, thanks.
Arigatou gozaimashita.
From what we've seen so far, it looks like the school stories have replaced the restaurant stories that were so prevalent in the previous game. In the first Judgment, you would go around and when you shopped at places, you would get to know the store owners, and then they would have all manner of side quests for you to do. That does not appear to be a thing here, and that's fine, because... Okay, we'll just juggle that guy for a while.
What a waste.
Hello to Grumpy, who said he had nobody to watch for 10 minutes. Grumpy, I hope that you and the entire extended family, by extended family, I just mean your family, Moo and the various bugs all had a great New Year's and have really been enjoying your Saturday. Alright, so we are at Genda Law, and as stated before, what we're here to do is talk to Sari-san, who is then going to arrange the conversation between us and Ehara. Ronan, thank you so much!
Oh, sorry-san. Yagami-san made it.
Sorry for the wait. I ran into some typical nonsense. We good to go?
I've been good to go for a while. Ehara is waiting, and so are the answers. First thing we'll want to try to get is how involved he was in Mikoshiba's murder.
From the way it's been so far, I doubt he'll be eager to tell you.
If he won't open up, we'll have to play the trump card. Yagami-san. Ehara won't know what hit him.
I don't mind being the ace in the hole.
Are you and your ego ready then, Yagami-san?
Well, this
And
ain't
hello-
my department.
Oh, hold on.
Fill me in back at the office, okay? I might even tidy the place up a bit if you're lucky. Lots of open bottles to polish off.
And hello to Fox McCloud.
Oh, we're going?
Yes. As far as I know, sorry, we're going right now. Unless you want to wash your hands first? We ready? So Fox is asking, why does Yagami sound like Spike from Cowboy Bebop? I have not seen Cowboy Bebop, either the anime or the live-action version, which I also know has been... Oh, sorry, we're going the wrong way. Has been canceled, which I'm disappointed in. So here's the thing about, like, me and anime. I know that everybody, like really hated that live-action Death Note movie that they made. And just me bringing it up is probably going to inspire people in chat to say, oh my god, live-action Death Note. What garbage. That was terrible. I really liked it. I enjoyed watching it. I'm just going to see if this person unlocks a new keyword of any kind. But I've not seen the Cowboy Bebop live-action show, and I don't know if I would like that. And I gotta say, I'm unlikely to want to watch it now knowing that it's been canceled. Okay, so here's Samalander, who didn't hate the live-action Death Note, but would avoid the Cowboy Bebop live-action. All right, so this person is not saying anything that will unlock a new keyword for us. Hey, sorry, you want to see something cool?
For real?
But yeah, as Fox says, Yagami does have a particular conversation style with these guys. Whether or not this is going to fly at the prison
Really, guys?
remains to be seen.
Are we leaving?
Oh, hey, they're going to give us a discount. I guess we're splitting it a little bit. Let's go to the Tokyo Detention Center. Azric, thank you so much for the Happy New Year wishes, and same to you. Fox McCloud saw the live-action Cowboy Bebop in Discord, and we watched the anime as a palate cleanser. I want to see the anime someday.
Oh, I thought you'd lost already. So, what more could my lawyers want from me here?
Well, normally I would say the same. However, A corpse turned up as you said it would. It turns out you have a penchant for prophecy, Ihara-san.
Prophecy, huh? Kinda dramatic. No Hoshino today? Did you fire the poor guy?
Yagami's my name, sir. In a past life, I used to work with Genda and Saori-san. But today, I'm at Serio High School in a contract advisory role for one of their clubs.
Serio High School?
It's the same school Toshiro-kun went to 4 years ago. You'd know it. I happened to be out there working a separate case. But that was when Shirosake-sensei called, so that's why I'm here.
Well, well. Okay. Why are you here then?
That'd be obvious at this point, I'd think. As you know, Mikoshiba turned up as you said. His body was found in a warehouse. The question is, why did you know that well enough to proclaim it in court?
You might say it was a miracle. I wished hard enough for it to come true, and suddenly it did.
Care to tell us why you'd wish for a miracle like that?
Do you really need me to explain why?
Mikoshiba, you blame him for Toshiro-kun's death, don't you?
I do.
Even though when you took the school to court, no evidence turned up. A third-party investigation found no bullying occurred, didn't it?
At school, Mikoshiba tortured my son. He would beat him up, and then he'd demand all his money. That damn kid was a star student with high grades. My son's own class wouldn't stand up to him. To avoid being beaten, Toshiro used to. He'd steal money from me or his mother to make sure he could pay Mikoshiba off.
Ihara-san, you seem to know a lot about what happened to your son. Do you have any proof?
Would I have lost if I did? That school can rot in hell for all I care. Speaking of, you know what I'm convicted for. It was being a pervert. I admit to everything. I groped a businesswoman's ass in plain sight on a full train. There's no way I'm fighting for an appeal. So as for my defense, I'm in no need of lawyers anymore.
Ihara-san, just a second.
Why would I give you that?
Yagami-san?
Hiro Mikoshiba died in a lot of pain. His final moments were truly horrific. The last thing he felt must have been fear. After slitting his throat, his body was left to rot.
Doesn't that sound great?
It's hard not to empathize with the loss that this guy has gone through, losing his son. The actions he's taken since then, particularly the sexual assault, are absolutely unconscionable, and there's no way out of this that shouldn't result in him going to jail for whatever the maximum term is. He did it. He admitted that he did it. There's no motivation that makes that okay. He's not allowed to visit his pain onto some other innocent woman that's just riding the train. The self-satisfaction that he takes out of the suffering of the man who he believes bullied his... I mean, like, not even believes. Like, you would have thought that he would have talked to his son about it and gotten these answers directly from him. But, yeah, I just wasn't expecting him to just sort of enjoy that the way that he did. My gut tells me that Ihara's guilty for... My gut tells me... Dude! Okay, again... Just to catch everybody up so that you understand, this guy, before anybody else in the whole world knew about it, said the body of Mikoshiba is going to be found at this exact location today. Like, he clearly is involved. So, yeah, my gut tells me he's guilty. There's no doubt that he's connected to the Mikoshiba murder. I need to hold his attention, convince him to stay. Gotta make him understand that I have more info than the police do. All right, so we do have this photograph. He probably knows about this and the blood stain and even the body. This is something new, although I don't... Well, this is more information the police have, because we did turn this photograph of Mikoshiba over to the police. So, yeah, security camera footage that caught the infiltrators of Yokohama 99 incorporated on film after the masked men attacked Tsukumo and Sugiura, they dropped a photo of Yagami taken in secret and told the two detectives to stop sniffing around. They're likely involved in Mikoshiba's murder.
Mind taking a look at this?
That's supposed to be security footage?
I've deduced that these are the killers.
Oh.
Seems they didn't want me probing around Ijincho. They even hurt my friends to send a message. Not only that, they turned a local gang against me. The first time they tailed me, I was heading to a meetup with Sawa-sensei from Seiryo High School. You remember Sawa-sensei, yes? She transferred to Seiryo 4 years ago, not long before your son passed away.
Yeah, not a face I'd soon forget. She told the whole court he was never bullied.
True. She did say that.
And it's not just her I detest. The administrators, the lawyers. I felt like choking the life right out of them. But if anyone needed to pay, it was Mikoshiba. He got what he deserved. It's nothing short of insane that they were just gonna let him get a teaching credential. It all comes back to a flawed and broken system of laws that has no business calling itself justice.
Then it was you, wasn't it? You orchestrated every aspect of how Mikoshiba would die. But you didn't act alone. Who were the people behind it? How'd you convince them to kill a man?
That's a good one. You, my friend, are way off.
So Grumpy's saying that Moo says sigh. I'm wondering what's wrong. Why the big sigh?
The way that interview went, Ihara's definitely guilty. But if we can't connect him to the murderers, we're left with no leads to follow.
Yeah. Kept that secret on lockdown, no matter what I asked. What could possibly link Ihara to those men? Damn it. And I was so close, too. To think they're still somewhere in Ijincho. I need to find them before the trail goes cold.
So you're heading back to Yokohama?
Not tonight. Kaito's waiting for me in the office. I'll be in town for now.
Okay. If anything changes, I'll contact one of you.
All right, we're headed back to the detective agency. Ronan is saying that he had his booster shot yesterday and is sort of feeling a little bit meh. For what it's worth, that was the impact that the booster shot had on me for one day, and then the next day it was right back to normal. They've really upped the crowd density here in Kamurocho. So, sorry, can I pause this real quick? Before the cutscene starts, Azurk is saying, I got a prompt to share a happy affiliate anniversary with you. Did you see it? I'm not sure that it did play on our little monitor here. Let me just scroll back. Jody K, thank you very much. Azurk, I'm not sure that I did. Did it do like an animation or something? Because we're sort of viewing this in a separate chat window. Oh, is it with the party hat and stuff? Yeah, because I think I did see that. But you guys, thank you very, very much. Yeah, as mentioned, today is the actual official, like, I guess the party hat emote is going to be available for about a week, it said. But this is actually truly the day of the 2-year anniversary. So I wanted to make sure that we had a chance to stream today. Carolina did not get a prompt. That's disappointing. Azric says it's in chat with the party hat. Yeah, and Moo, Happy New Year to you. Markintosh says, I had the happy affiliate message too, but had to reload since the stream didn't auto-start despite being live, and now the message isn't there anymore. Oh, that's a shame. And Jody K is using the party hat emote, and no party hat that I can see. That's a bummer. Yeah, I guess, Carolina, it might be there if you refresh, but that's That's just a guess. Regardless, the sentiment is absolutely heard. I really appreciate it, you guys.
Kaito-san, I'm back. Kaito-san?
Hey, did you see that email from Tsukumo?
Huh?
It wasn't that long ago. It's something you gotta see, though.
What is it? Something happened?
It's the murder footage. Mikoshiba's murder ended up on the internet. It's going viral on all the social media sites.
You gotta forgive me. I'll do anything you want. I didn't know he'd do it. I swear. Toshiro-kun was okay. I didn't know he'd kill himself. I really didn't know. I swear I'll try to make it up to him somehow. I'll spend the rest of my life making up for it. Stop it.
What the hell?
Stop it. Stop it.
Ehara has an alibi for this, doesn't he? They already found him guilty, and that's the whole reason he couldn't have killed Mikoshiba, right? But if that's the case, what the hell is this? One way or another, either this thing is staged, or his entire alibi was a massive cover-up. They can't both be true. But there's something I just can't shake. If you want my opinion on it, this looks real.
I need to have another chat with Ehara. Damn it. I'm not gonna let him get away with this.
Yagami, it also seems like super suspicious that this footage broke just after you went to go see him. Oh, and here's the end of chapter 4. So, yeah, as Ronan says, wow, and then, or how, both of which are appropriate. Jody K is asking, how did the creeping around the high school go? Well, it actually went very well. No, it's Yagami was able to inspire an anti-bullying movement around the students, and also protected a very nice teacher from being bullied by some other sort of delinquent students, and also has made some inroads with the dance club and got a potential high school dropout to return to school and to have her tuition continue to be covered by the chairman so that she can join the mystery research club and hopefully set her school career back on track. So actually things are legitimately looking up at the high school. I'm enjoying that part of the story. Fox McCloud said, I just switched to my Xbox. What did I miss? So what just happened is we saw footage of apparently the moment that Mikoshiba was murdered. It was done by a person dressed entirely in white with a white motorcycle helmet on. And then after Mikoshiba's throat was slashed, which is consistent with the cause of death from what we know, the person took off the helmet and it was Ehara. And this doesn't go along with the other piece of information that we have, that on the same morning that Mikoshiba was reportedly killed, Ehara was in the train station groping that woman, assaulting that woman, and getting arrested. So there's something off about the timeline or something off about Ehara. And as fantastical as Judgment is, it doesn't involve any superpowers like teleportation or duplication. So maybe Ehara has an identical twin. That, and I know this is a really zany game, but that would be a little bit too zany for Judgment. At least I'm hoping so. So I don't have any answers. I hope I saved that.
A train groping and a murder seem to occur simultaneously. Yagami relentlessly pursues these cases, attempting to poke holes in each. After confronting Akihiro Ehara, the key figure in both crimes, he witnesses a harrowing video that provides more questions than answers. In it, a bound man pleads for his life, but his attacker, bound by vengeance, snuffs it out.
Jody K is saying clearly a doppelganger or changeling.
So the murder footage is already making the rounds online. I don't think it's showing up on TV, though.
Yeah, the net's a mess right now. It's all unsubstantiated rumors and unverified sources. Typical, really. An ex-cop going from by-the-book sex offender to vigilante avenger overnight is prime forum drama. Sentiment seems to be swinging in favor of Ehara, but there's plenty of folks on the fence about it, too. The reactions have been all over the board.
Do we know if that video is authentic? I mean, CG has come a long way, right?
Oh, or perhaps a deep fake. That is plausible. AI has reached a point where it can generate pretty convincing facsimiles. Someone even made a video that made it look like the US president was saying a bunch of crazy stuff. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Deep fakes are only getting more authentic looking.
Can't guys like you tell if a video is fake or not, though? Aren't there any signs?
Oh, there are several telltale signs of a video being doctored. So I ran every check I could think of on the murder footage. And wouldn't you know it, nothing came up. Most likely, we're looking at the real deal.
Most likely?
Well, no one can claim with absolute certainty that it wasn't altered in some way. Which means it's not substantial enough to prove Ehara's guilt. At least not in a court of law.
Gotcha. Do you know when and where the footage was uploaded?
It was posted sometime last night, but the source is too hard to pin down. The uploaders spread it across multiple servers overseas in a well-concerted effort to hide their tracks.
Makes sense. But I'll bet it ultimately came from Mikoshiba's killers, no matter how real or fake it is.
How do you figure?
Think about it. No one could have staged that unless they knew the specifics of how Mikoshiba was killed. From how he was positioned to little things like the blood on the ground, every last detail was just as the detectives described it.
That's a good point. All this browsing's really taken a toll on the old pinky.
Why would the killers go through the trouble of spreading this footage? What good would it serve them? Causing a public uproar? Obstructing the investigation? Whatever the case, I still have some interviewing to do. Pending additional information, it could be as straightforward as a public statement. This guy was a bully. He drove someone to suicide. Fucking stop it, or else this is what you're gonna get. Like, they can't go after every bully in the world, but if they're gonna go to the effort of killing this guy in this elaborate conspiracy, it makes sense that they might want to make something more out of it than just the death of one guy. Maybe they feel like they can save other lives.
Looks like another visit to Ehara might clear things up. You should ask Shirosaki-sensei about it.
Yeah, that was my thought too.
So the idea is being floated that maybe the assault itself was faked. So let's game that out a little bit. Ehara sets up in advance with this woman that he's going to be standing very close to her and like there's someone in front of her. So on the security camera, you can't actually see that the assault is taking place. He works it out with her about where they're going to be and how they're going to stand and that, you know, she's going to accuse him. As far as we know, he's still at the train station on camera for the entire time that Mikoshiba is allegedly being murdered. And then he gets taken into custody and remains in police custody for 2 months until the body is found. Like, even if the sexual assault itself is falsified, if it was set up in advance, it still presents an alibi for where he was during that period of time. Unless I have misunderstood the specifics of the case, and that is very possible. Also, in addition to Changeling or Shapeshifter, Fox McCloud is saying, "I'll check the Mages College." wouldn't that, like, I would not actually be surprised if in Judgment Yagami just said, "You know what? I'm gonna go check the local sorcerers menagerie, see what they have to say." He walks in and they're all just wearing tall, like Mickey Mouse in the Sorcerer's Apprentice hats. Yeah, let's take a look to see what we've got. Okay, so here, hey, she's the victim. We recognize her from the footage as well. Yu Mamiya, an employee at a Tokyo white collar business. During her commute to work, a man boarded the same train as her from Ikebukuro Station and groped her by reaching his hand inside her skirt. When they arrived at Shinjuku Station, she grabbed the attacker's wrist before he disembarked, then gave chase when he attempted to flee. Then we've got Ihara. We've read his details a few different times. He attempted to flee after being publicly identified, but was pinned down by passersby on the station platform. Shortly thereafter, fibers matching those of the victim's underwear were detected on his hand. Which, again, could be falsified, but if the goal was just be on camera and to, like, not be there, like, mission accomplished. Alright, so here's the security footage. This was taken on October 7th, 2021 at 9:12 a.m. Multiple cameras caught it. Here we go. Footage is aired on TV numerous times. There he is. The trace element inspection report. Then we've got the transit card. I don't think that we've seen this before. A commuter pass automatically records the time of entry into a station. He passed through Ikebukuro Station at 7:43, over an hour before the incident occurred. Now, that's another thing, though. He was apparently also on camera for that entire time. It's not like he went in and then snuck out and did a murder somewhere else. Apparently, he was on camera, just sort of loitering around, leaning up against a sign that entire time. Security camera footage from the Ikebukuro Station at 7:45. A person in sunglasses. Okay, hold on. A person in sunglasses who appears to be Akihiro Ihara stands in one place watching passersby for over an hour. There is a blind spot in the camera feed. We did find that. So it is possible, knowing where the cameras are, that there could have been a body switch there. Could be. Camera footage from inside the train car at 9:06. Akihiro Ihara and the female victim board the train, but the actual crime is not visibly captured by the camera. However, when the train arrives at Shinjuku Station, the footage clearly shows the female victim grabbing Ihara's wrist, followed by him fleeing. Okay, so here's the overhead view. Can we see this? So it's not very large, but if you look at that picture, down near the bottom left, see that blue line? That dotted line section is a blind spot in the camera footage. So there is a space where Ihara, that is the direction that he fled. There are other blind spots there, and I don't know which sign that he was leaning up against. And actually, that's the station where they arrived. So, yeah. That's the station where they arrived, and there's that dotted line where, on his flight path to get away from the crime scene, there's a few strides there where he would have been out of vision of any sort of camera coverage. And then finally, the murder footage of Mikoshiba that was leaked online. It shows Akihiro Ihara in a white raincoat murdering Mikoshiba while he's tied to a chair. All right, and this just sort of covers the... This covers the case, although he said to Yagami and Saori-san that he confessed to everything, even though he maintained in court that he was innocent. So that's it. That's all the information that we have about the case. Cara Luna says, so as Ihara, with his police work, worked on a case where he'd get to know about these blind spots. Whether he worked at that particular train station or not, Yagami and Hoshino, I think that's his name, they were able to detect the blind spot just by looking at the cameras. So I would expect a trained police officer could have worked out the presence of the blind spot as well. In other words, if he set this whole thing up in advance, I think that he's smart and experienced enough that he could have known that the blind spot was there. Alright, so we're gonna go talk to Sari.
Let me get this straight. Ehara went and felt a lady up on the day Mikoshiba got killed on purpose? Oh, if that's the case, why the hell would he upload a murder confession after the fact? Is he trying to get caught?
Only Ehara could answer that one for you. I want to ask him that question myself.
So, we're off to see Saori-san then?
Yeah, we're missing something really big. Hold on. Because the core of this is that, I mean, I haven't put a lot of thought into this, but I feel like if I was a police officer and I wanted to commit a crime and also, like, set up the crime in advance and then also have a very tight alibi for why it couldn't possibly have been me, I would not commit sexual assault. I would just go to work. I would just go into the police station and sit down at a desk in the middle of the police station where all of my policeman associates could see me. And I would do paperwork all day long. You don't have to, like, assault a woman.
What a waste.
Also, Ronan, who, like, started slightly before we did, but had sort of, like, set the game aside for a while, he is, like, hand in glove with where we are. So, yeah, he's been making very steady progress because I've been playing this a bunch on stream. Alright, we have 13,000 points, which is enough for most individual upgrades that I'd want. But what I'd really want is... yeah, here it is. So, we took a health boost whenever we're in snake mode, and I want to get the same thing in crane mode, and also tiger mode. So that's now across the board extra health, and I like that because I don't like dying very much. And hello to Go Hybrid. Go Hybrid, I hope that you've had a great New Year's. Oh, I can't do an EX move on him. Also, Markintosh is asking, did we figure out the code for the locked door? No. Nor do I have any... Oops. Any new ideas on it.
Really,
I would love to crowdsource that a little bit. Like, and here's the thing. Like... We all can Google it, right? We can just look it up. But wouldn't it be awesome if we can work it out as a team? So when we get back to Ichinjo, we'll do that. There's a lot of thugs here in Kamurocho now. Okay, just... Oh, Kaito.
What a
Go Hybrid got to start their year with quality time with friends. Couldn't ask for better. How was ours? Went very, very well. Much like you, got to spend a little bit of time with, at least remotely, friends and family. There's been some... With everything else going on, it feels like a good opportunity to not get together too much with people. Yikes, okay. Good on him for getting his guard back up. Sure, Yagami, just gently step over that railing. Also, wasn't Ronan who pointed out that you could do multiple, like, charge finishers with Tiger style? Because, yeah, that's absolutely true. Oops. And thank you for that hint, because I did not know that. Yagami missed the head stomp, but kicked the shit out of that moped.
Let's roll.
Go Hybrid says nobody catches COVID over Twitch, though, so we have that going for us, which is nice. Very true. Fox says, starting to think Angel is the biggest criminal on the streets. That depends on how you define criminal. And if you define it as the person who gets caught, then technically Yagami is still on the side of law and order. Look at how many guys there are between us and Sari-san. If these guys... Nope. They're already here.
Great.
Let's remember.
Really, guys?
All right. I like to... I prefer to think that he got the iron plate off of that guy's skull. That it was a surgery repair, and Yagami just removed it.
Hold the door, please.
As a warning.
Huh? Mafia, you're here?
It's been too damn long, Mafia-chan.
Yeah. By any chance, Yagami-kun, are you working on a case for Saori? A video got leaked. It depicted a man committing a murder.
Pause for 1 second. Go Hybrid, thank you so much for the gift subs. That's 5 in total. This one went to Fox McLeod. Go Hybrid, thank you very, very much. Fox, you'll find that there's some pretty cool emotes in there, including ones that have been inspired by Wilder Myth Mondays. You'll find emotes in there not only for sort of the channel mascot that was done by Papalatko, but also for Mia, blah, 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 Drienne. We'd like to get a Salamander in there as well, and an Azaric emote, so some pretty cool stuff in there. And also Azaric is saying, I wonder if any of the thugs that Batman takes... I wonder if any of the thugs that Batman takes into that arm break, if they would tap out, he let their arm go. I think I already know the answer. No, Batman would just completely destroy their rotator cuff for sure. And Mia, look who it is Mafia. Oh, and that was actually the end of the scene. Mafia is a public prosecutor for the Tokyo office. She's also best friends with Sari-san ever since college. 2 talented lady hotshots of the law on opposing sides of the courtroom. Apparently, they have a bit of a fan club.
Are you here about the Ahara case too?
Of course. The prosecutor's office is in total chaos right now, especially the higher-ups.
I'll bet. After all, they're the ones who pushed for Ahara's battery conviction. If that video is real, that would mean Ahara got them to hand him a slap on the wrist instead of a murder conviction.
Yes. And it's not like the prosecution can say, sorry, Your Honor, we'd like a do-over after the fact. To make matters worse, everything leading up to the trial was broadcast all over the news. Changing our tune now would undermine public trust.
That's for sure.
So, for the time being, our department is trying to predict how the defense will approach the situation. Hence why they sent me here to check in on my good friend's salary. Totally no strings attached.
Well, that clears up a lot.
Chivalry, thank you. Hold on. Thank you very, very much for the resubscription. To people watching the VOD, it's a big day because it's our 2-year sort of streaming affiliate anniversary. And Chivalry, thank you so much for the resubscription. Also, Grumpy is asking Huzzah. Yeah, Mafiu is voiced by a voice actor named Cherami Lay, and she also is the voice actor for Mia's character in Persona 5. So the two of them have a pretty neat connection. And yeah, I think because as long as we're naming voice actors, is Yagami played by, it's Greg Chun, I believe. I got it wrong so many times when we played the original Judgment. Like I was way off. I think I called him Eric. I think it's Greg Chun, and Yagami was his first like lead voice acting role, and I just really like his performance as Yagami.
There you kids are. Figured you had to show up sometime.
Mafiu, you're caught up in this too?
Yeah, she ran into us downstairs.
I'm sure you can work out that I'm here to spy on you. But wouldn't you like to know what we're up to as well?
Are you sure that's your only motive coming here?
Sorry?
Something like a professional excuse to see Yagami-san?
In your dreams? I had no idea Yagami-kun was involved until just now.
All right, I'll accept that. For now.
Gotta say, I miss this little banter.
Damn it. I gotta pause again because we've got a hype train going on. Oh my god. So Mia and yeah, it's going so fast. Oh my goodness, you guys. Hold on. Oh my goodness. So hold on. Starting with probably all the other resubscriptions that we've gotten. Mia has cheered 100 bits. Grumpy has cheered another 100 bits. Sam Melander just gifted 5 gift subs to the channel, so congratulations and thank you very much to Sam Melander. Congratulations to Ronan Marquack. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it. There's so much more happening, you guys. Mike Ginger and Stuffenheimer, both of whom I think came over with Cerulean Hills' raid yesterday, and another big thank you to her for that. Simlin, yeah, it's a big hype train. Oh my god. Go Hybrid says the character models are impressive. Fox McCloud says how much money do people have? Markintosh is saying I don't see the hype train. Oh no. Yeah, it's already up to. So I always get the thing, are we at level 3 or is it 30% towards level 3? Either way, you guys, thank you so much. Groomfy has now cheered another 103 bits. Caroluna's done 128. Now Groomfy has done 256. This is a lot. Okay, and Sam Lander saying it's 30% towards level 3, which is now blown up to 42%. Yeah, it's odd the way that Twitch presents it, but even a level 1 hype train is amazing, you guys. Thank you so much. This is as good a time as any to say, we were eligible to go affiliate on Twitch a long time before we actually did. And I was the one who said, let's hold off. Jody K has now cheered 512 bits. You guys, thank you so much. I said, I want to be better. I want to do it better. I want our sound issues. I want our video issues. I want the flow of the streams to be better. I want to naturally draw in more people. And I remember very specifically, it actually wasn't on this stream. And Azaric has now cheered 100 bits, as well as Moo has cheered 42 bits and said, happy stream affiliate anniversary. You guys, thank you so much. This is so much all at once. It was I'll just share it because there's no point in dancing around. It was very specifically a conversation between Patikin and Tashir, and I don't remember. I think it was during. Division Force that Tashir would do every weekend, and I think it was like Tashir and Patikin was there, and then it was probably like Bomb first and Borlak and I've always been so bad with names. There's one other person that was always there. Priest was there. And you guys, oh my God, Chivalry just cheered 1,000 bits. The point is, Tashir actually was like, he expressed amazement. He was surprised. He said, I can't believe Angel hasn't thrown the switch. Like, he's had that option. He just hasn't done it. And it was very specifically the amount of surprise, and Tashir was so supportive of so many people. The amount of surprise that he expressed, like he just couldn't believe that somebody would have it available and then not do it. And to me, it was about having the quality of the stream that would make people want to come in and hang out and so forth. Oh my God, Moo has just gifted another 5 subs. Congratulations to Galaxy Inc., DJ Carlstar, Chappers, The Silver Surfer, and Envylicious. You guys, thank you so much. That just blew it right past the rest of level 3. I think we're all the way up to... And then Groovy cheered another 2,000 bits. You guys, wow. Wow. Yeah, we're all the way up to level 5 now. It literally can't go any higher. Thank you so much. Before anything else happens, it's another... and More Than Amiya has now cheered another 100 bits. Wait, Groovy cheered 2,000 bits? Yes, Groovy cheered 2,000 bits. I might have misstated or overlooked that, but you guys, it's so much. It's so much. But I did want to take this opportunity to again highlight the wonderful influence that Tashir had on the community, and his ability to be so kind and so supportive and so inspiring. And he was we'd heard it from others, but it was a big damn deal when he was sort of like, because he didn't even know that we were lurking. He didn't know that we had it on. It wasn't like there was a big conversation leading up to it. And it's one of the things that I would very much have wanted to say thank you to him as well, because it allows for moments like this, and I really appreciate it. I miss it. I appreciate it more than I can say, and like we said during episode 1, I missed Tashir a whole bunch, but I need to not go too far down that rabbit hole, because we're on a fun murder case and want to keep it bright and happy. Yeah, as Mia says, gotta love the competitive generosity. And Azric has cheered another 2,000 bits, and Chivalry has cheered 2,001 bits. Oh my God, we are now 232% past level 5, because what was the most recent one? Moo has just cheered 2,022 bits, which is very apropos for the year. It's New Year's Day 2022. You guys, for real, thank you so much. I knew that we wanted to do a stream on our streamiversary. I had no idea that it was gonna blow up in this way. Thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. Sorry, just 1 second. All right, 1 second. Sorry. I didn't get it unmuted in time. I was talking there for a few moments and saying that, oh gosh. What I was saying is, Moo would ask him, am I okay? And the answer is, I am way past okay. Like, this has been a fantastic, sorry, I don't have words right now. This has been an absolutely amazing streamiversary. It's way past anything that we would have expected. I appreciate it very much. So you guys, thank you. And I'm gonna let it run. Just as we hit go here as well, And so many choo-choo emotes. Yes, everybody share your hype train emotes. On our way forward, I was just going to say that because it's just such a perfect frame for it. Notice that Yagami's dominant colors are sort of black over a white t-shirt, and Mafiu's colors are white over a black shirt. We noticed that in the first game as well. They're perfect inverses of each other, with sort of this Law and Order black and white motif going on. I think that's an interesting way to have the characters presented when they have this very complex history between the two of them. Before we hit again, thank you guys so much.
Needless to say, our office is going through this footage with a fine-tooth comb. That said, they've already determined their stance. They've deemed it an unreliable source and therefore useless as evidence. Basically, they want it to look like it was considered and already thrown out.
Huh? So, they're not gonna verify the video? Not even question Ehara about Mikoshiba? Nothing?
Nope. Not after it was proven in court that Ehara committed sexual battery on October 7th. I mean, wouldn't you say a conviction has a certain finality to it? Besides, there's no way Ehara could have murdered Mikoshiba within that limited time span.
Right.
Which means the murder video doesn't really add up, does it?
What are you getting at?
I'm saying the prosecution believes the video has been falsified. Special effects, CGI, whatever it is, we're not buying it.
Huh.
Furthermore, the prosecutor pushing that stance was the one who handled Ehara's trial.
And that is?
His name is Sadao Takano. He was the one gunning the hardest for Ehara the first time around, especially considering his officer status. He kept insisting justice be served, which got the public behind him rather quickly.
He certainly looked the part of the people's prosecutor, grilling Ehara in court.
So what you're saying is, Takano could never accept anything but Ehara's original sentence. Since this footage of the murder contradicts that finding, he just thinks it's a sham.
Yes, and he'd add that a fair trial's result can't be challenged by some video on the internet.
Well, who could honestly trust a system that changes its mind so easily? Both the prosecutor's office and the court are beholden to the case as Takano-kun presented it.
That's just sweeping the issue under the rug.
It has a domino effect, too. The police are beholden to the verdict we got, so their hands are tied. This applies to both Tokyo and Kanagawa.
Really? Why's that?
Supposedly, they don't want to get involved with Ehara until they're sure the video is real. If they come in with a list of questions about the murder, it'll show that doubt's being cast on the original ruling.
Yeah, but no one can prove that the video's real.
Right. There's no way to verify the legitimacy of an untraceable video. But if the police aren't allowed to see Ehara, he'll never even become a suspect in the murder. That means he's untouchable.
Exactly. None of the detectives are happy about that. Especially down in Kanagawa. Their job is to bring in a suspect, but their leads are all ending up at the same dead end.
Video footage of a murder preventing a police investigation instead of starting one. What an absurd situation.
Until recently, people were lining up to bring Ehara to justice. Yet somehow his involvement in a murder totally derailed that.
Don't be so surprised. No cop would ever want to undermine a ruling based on their own findings. Anyone who wants to go against the grain's gonna need hard evidence on their side.
So the case goes cold, all to save face for the court and the prosecution. If Ehara really did commit murder, it'll have been the perfect crime. This debacle only serves as proof.
True. It would turn the trial into a farce. There's no way we're letting this go.
But wouldn't challenging this mean going up against the entire system?
Yeah. That scare ya?
Not at all. In fact, I was just thinking, we're the only ones who could take a case like this.
Ha! That's the good shit, kid.
This whole time, we've been writing off Ehara as a convicted sexual predator. But it's looking more and more likely the court played right into his hand. As for me, I'm done being played for a fool.
then you've heard what I came to say. And with that, I will be on my way. But if you need help, just ask.
I think we're good for now, but thanks.
That did clear up a lot.
No problem. See ya.
Was Mafuyu-chan cuter than ever, or what? Think maybe it's time to light that flame again, huh?
How many times do I have to tell you? It's not like that.
Just weird follow-on. So we're gonna go around and talk to everybody. Vox McCloud is saying, narrating for Yagami, I can't think like this. Where are you going? To beat up more street punks. And Grophy saying that he's here for the Dance Dance Revolution. Fox is saying, wait, plot twist. He's using the murder to cover up for the groping, directed by M. Night Shyamalama Ding Dong. I don't understand the logic of committing one crime. When Hoshino said, doesn't this mean, like, taking on the entire system? Doesn't this, and one of them says, like, this challenging this could throw the, everything out of whack. Maybe that's the point, because remember when we went to go see Ihara, he said the entire system failed his son. The school, the court system, the police, everybody failed. Maybe his vengeance isn't just against the guy that bullied his son. Maybe it's to generate as much chaos and mistrust in the judicial system as possible. The legal system.
Anyway, what I'd like to do is ask Ihara about that video face to face. Any chance we could see him again?
I was actually about to suggest that. One moment. It's from Ihara's prison.
What?
Hello? Yes, this is Shirosaki. Yes, I can talk.
His prison? Why would they call us directly?
Guess we'll find out.
Understood. I appreciate the candor. That was one of the prison wardens. He was asked to convey a message from Ihara.
About what?
In short, he won't be speaking with his representation any further.
You're joking.
To be more specific, he said he's not taking any more questions. It seems he fully grasps the situation, even in custody.
How is that even possible?
I'm guessing the murder footage that was uploaded yesterday was also planned out in advance. That or Ihara's conspirators have to be filling him in. How else could he predict we'd try to see him again so soon?
I can see either of those scenarios making sense.
But only someone on the force could be leaking insider information to him like that.
Damn. This shit's turning into a full-blown conspiracy, eh, Doc?
Whatever it is, it's screwing up our plans.
Yeah, the timing couldn't have been worse. Now what are we supposed to do?
Come on. There are plenty of leads that don't involve grilling the culprit.
Yeah? I'd like to hear them.
Well, if it were me, I'd start with Saori-kun.
Okay.
The first thing I want to learn is whether Ihara is really the murderer in this footage. Given the entire sexual battery incident as an alibi, there is no way he could have murdered Mikoshiba. However, this new footage knocks the bottom out of that premise.
Right. Either his alibi or the murder footage. One of the two's been fabricated.
Well, it would have to be the murder footage, because there were a lot of other eyewitnesses that physically had their hands on him. That's not doctored. The groping or the murder, right now, which one do we doubt more? Oh, this is what I was just saying. I do feel like we have to consider the possibility that they're both real, and that the time of death is suspect. Because again, the body had been rotting for 2 months, as far as they can tell. They have a guess as to when the time of death was, but there could be discrepancies there. Let's go with the murder's footage was fabricated.
The footage of the murder must have been manipulated somehow. They could have put Ihara's face onto the real killer, or even rendered the whole thing digitally.
So you're suggesting we should distrust the murder footage?
And how do we prove it's real or fake?
Well, I'm sure Tsukumo's cracking away at that, so yeah. Let's find some other angles.
I'd say there's only one angle left.
Regardless of who actually murdered Mikoshiba, we have two conflicting accounts here. Which one was faked? Which is, yeah, what if they're both real? The groping... Again, even if the groping incident was faked in that an actual groping didn't take place, but they, like, planted sufficient evidence and he was working with the woman, he was still at the train station. Was a setup is what it says. Let's ask.
I think we should revisit the harassment case. When the sentence came down in court, no one expected it to end up as a murder alibi. Plus, everyone suspected Ihara was working alone. He may have not been. All this makes a huge difference. No one would suspect a train groping to involve accomplices or alibis. The search for evidence wouldn't be as intense as for a murder.
But the entire incident was caught on camera, top to bottom. There's more than enough physical evidence, too.
Then we'll need to verify each and every aspect of the case.
Okay, what first? Should we investigate the crime scene again? Maybe we'll discover something new if we check out the station during the crime's actual time frame.
No, I think we saw everything we could there. Actually, if we're reviewing evidence, we could do that from right here, couldn't we?
What catches your eye specifically? I ask because fabricated evidence would likely show signs of tampering. This would prove Ihara's alibi doesn't hold up.
Time to really scrutinize the case. What evidence was Ihara relying on to falsify his alibi? And also, Markintosh is saying that's what I was going to ask. Are we absolutely 100% certain on the time of death? Police believe that they know the earliest time that he could have been killed based on the fact that he left his home and was apparently abducted after leaving his home, and that the dead body was found with sufficient evidence that he had, like, he still had, like, the thing that he had for breakfast was still in his stomach. As Sam Lander points out, it feels a little bit weird that they could identify what he had to eat 2 months down the line when the body was, like, riddled with maggots and, like, decaying that badly, but that is apparently a piece of evidence that they have. However, when Yagami talked to the police detective, he said, well, although that's the earliest that he could have been killed, he could have been killed several days or even a few weeks after that if they kept him alive, and then about an hour before they killed him, fed him the same style of breakfast again, which sounds far-fetched, but again, we're dealing with a very large conspiracy here. So that could be. Force is saying Happy New Year. I've been rewatching and loving Encanto. Now that's on Disney Plus, isn't it? Force, happy New Year to you too. I hope that you're having you had a great New Year's, and I hope that you're really enjoying today. I have not seen or even really heard of Encanto except for today, where people are saying that they really like it. So yeah, I feel like they know the earliest point in time that he could have been killed, which was right around the time that Ihara was captured in the groping incident, but there is some wiggle room there. All right, if Ihara murdered Mikoshiba, there must be some deceit with the groping evidence. Well, numerous cameras recorded the groper attempting to flee the scene where the female victim was in pursuit. Now, there is the blind spot in the camera footage, which is actually right here. But let's take a look to see what else we've got. Here's the eyewitness smartphone footage at 9:12 a.m. The footage is aired on TV multiple times. We got the trace element report, the transit card, the station security footage. A person in sunglasses who appears to be Ihara stands in one place watching passersby for over an hour. Now, if at any point he goes into the blind spot, Ihara could have switched places with him. So I'm going to select this.
This part's still getting to me.
The security footage from Ikebukuro Station shows Ihara arriving at the platform around 7:50 a.m. He just stood there for over an hour until boarding the 906 train.
He was looking for a target, right?
Yes, but Ihara says he was deliberating whether to go through with seeing his wife. After all, the two are separated.
Could there be any chance this is an Ihara imposter?
Huh?
Using the hat and shades to make it less obvious? Think about it. If Ihara had a double, he'd be free to murder Mikoshiba and Ijincho at 7:30. Then a few hours later, just past 9 o'clock, he swaps places with the stand-in and gropes the victim.
I actually considered that possibility. But there wasn't an opportunity for any sort of swap to occur.
None at all?
See, Ihara was caught on multiple security cameras standing right by the victim as they board the train. And the camera inside the train car continues this unbroken footage. At this point, Ihara gropes the victim, as proven by the trace elements detected. Then once the train arrives at Shinjuku, Ihara flees the scene, and is promptly tackled by passers-by once the victim calls for help. After that, he's brought into police custody, and eventually booked into jail.
I thought you had something there. A stand-in would have really fit the bill.
Right? Since we're pretty sure Ihara had accomplices, why not assume one could have been his stand-in?
As we discussed, there was no opportunity for any sort of person swapping to occur. The victim felt a hand reach up into her knee-length skirt, scaring her motionless for the full 6-minute ride to Shinjuku Station.
Could you describe the victim for me?
She's an office worker married to an industrial designer. Also has a 6-year-old son. Full name, Yui Mamiya. 30 years old.
Hello to David
Wife and
Sachs, by
mother.
the way.
Perhaps if we talk to Mamiya-san directly, she could give us more insight than that video. She may even recall something none of us know, upon learning Ihara's alibi might have been fabricated.
That's a good plan. We'll finally have a fresh source of info.
In that case, give me a moment so I can get a meeting set up. We should have her address and other information somewhere on file. Bear in mind, Mamiya-san was the victim here. As the assailant's defense, I doubt we'll get a warm welcome.
That's pretty standard for us, I'd say. Nobody rolls out the red carpet for a detective, right?
Yeah. Say, Kaito-san, it looks like we've got some free time, so let's say we grab some food.
Now that you mention it, I am getting hungry.
Yeah, sorry, this has been one of those days where every time a cutscene starts, something exciting starts happening. David Sachs, hello to you, who stops by with a whole bunch of emos. Hopefully you're still here. Sorry for the delayed welcome, but we were sort of watching the cutscene. So I just want to go get some time killing done with Kaito.
Huh.
You think they want something? Bet it's not a friendly hello.
They do look like they mean business.
This Arcade's idea of an ambush? How basic.
Kaito-san, there's more.
Over there, too.
Same losers from yesterday. Guess they want to settle the score.
Looks like they rounded up some buddies and waited for us to show.
Well, whatever the hell they want, let's not get Genda-sensei and them involved. Follow me.
Okay.
Also, Mia's asking, are the makers of this game aware that there are other types of crime that a person might commit besides groping? That is a running problem that I have with this idea of this being an alibi for anything. Wait, I got a keyword for stalker. Why? Oh, hold on, I'm gonna have a smoke. I think my EX gauge is low. Sorry, Kaito, I hope you weren't too hungry. And if you were, this blowing the cigarette smoke in your face is gonna fix that. Yeah, committing one crime to cover up a different crime doesn't make any sense, especially if, he's upset about what happened to his son. Presumably, he's personally, righteously outraged and wants to set things right. Why would he decide that the way that he's going to set things right is to commit this like victimize this random woman. It just conceptually doesn't make very much sense. Oh, Ricardo, thank you so much for the raid. You guys, if oh, and Ricardo is saying happy affiliate anniversary. Yes, thank you so much, Ricardo. Yes, 2 years on the nose. Also, by the way, am I going someplace? Oh, just get away from the law office. Ricardo put up a cool YouTube video that's now been published. We watched
I'm
it
getting fed up with this shit.
earlier today.
Why haven't they made a move yet? It's like they're waiting for something.
Whatever it is, they're taking their sweet-ass time. Hey! Quit dicking around and come get some!
What the hell? They're just gonna keep stalking us?
Nope. Thanks for waiting, assholes.
Shit!
Let me guess. You're RK too?
Bastard went straight for our heads. Are you nuts, guy?
Shut your mouth. Let's go.
All right, because now it's come up in chat. So let me just read through a little bit here, because it's also sort of very important to the story. All right, let me just make sure that I'm getting this from the top. So Force had replied, out of okay, no. I'm wondering if it's not because it's a big problem in so that it's actually a huge problem, and women aren't supposed to say anything and just just have it happen. And then Carolina says, from what I've heard, groping as shown. Sorry, it's scrolling a bunch. Just get this here. Arg. Where was it? Wow. Carolina says, groping as shown in that video is a big problem in Japan, specifically, which is what I've heard. Also, can I just ask, why is it called the Anti-Nuisance Ordinance? Is that like a translation thing? Because it's not a nuisance. At least in American English, a nuisance is something that bothers you. A nuisance is the noisy neighbor that starts mowing their lawn or running their leaf blower at 8 a.m. It's on a Saturday. It's not sexual assault. Nuisance is a really weird word for that, but it may carry a different meaning in Japan. So I don't know, but I've picked up on that as well. Stupid thing. There we go. Ronan says, Angel mentioned it earlier, but there were probably 100 other ways to have an alibi. Yeah, including 100 other ways to not commit a crime at all to have an alibi. It's the characters are missing something, and it bothers me that they are not realizing that this is a horribly inefficient way to commit a crime, and takes a completely random innocent bystander with nothing to do with the bullying of his son, and does this horrible assault. They've been clear on a couple of occasions. It reportedly went on for 6 minutes. I don't want to spend a lot of time here considering what that would have been like. It's absolutely horrifying. So it's like the characters in the game, the characters in the situation are not putting this together. Force says, in this game's defense, it's hard to write true crime without having an extensive knowledge of both criminology, victimology, law, and physiology, anatomy, psychology. That's the first time I've ever typed it all out before, but as someone who's an avid criminologist, it's actually really impressive to me that we have to know and study these things. I feel like a lot of pieces of media tend to land on one side or the other. Yeah, I can't speak at all to how factually correct this is. I don't know anything about Japanese law. I don't know anything about American law. Mostly what I know is, and no, we're really putting in quotes here, but you sort of have a sense from being a human being how human beings react. And to me, it'd be fucking weird to say, my son got killed, I'm going to get back at the system, and the way that I'm going to do it is to find a completely random, innocent woman that I don't know and commit this crime against her to generate an alibi for the death of the guy that, again, Ihara stood up in court and announced to everyone, no one knew what he was talking about, that a body would be found and that it belonged to Mikoshiba. Like, if he was trying to get away with it, he could have just not done that. Like, a lot of this doesn't make sense yet, and that's why we're going to continue playing, but the characters within the piece, Yagami is a sharp guy. Sari is a very good attorney. Mafuyu, is that her name, is also very good at what she does. These are smart characters. Genda, the guy that runs the law firm, these are not dummies. They should be able to look at this and say, the motivations that we are ascribing here do not lock together. Sam Leonard thinks that the anti-nuisance ordinance might be a translation thing. Just see in here if there's anything else. Chivalry is voting for a sarcasm emote. There probably is one. And Mia said that she regrets bringing it up. The game does not need to be defended in any way. It's a huge problem, and tossing it in as like it's part of the culture doesn't make it okay. And Force is saying, wasn't trying to defend it, just maybe an explanation of why the topic was selected to tackle. Sorry for how it came across, like how 13 Sentinels talked about nuclear warfare. Yeah, at least for me, the presence of this in the story doesn't equate to, what's the phrase I'm thinking of? Support for this. And it seems like because I don't know, but people in chat are saying that like subway gropings are like an actual, like a running thing, an epidemic that, in Japan, that the writers here are writing what they know. Like, this is something that is reflective of the world that we live in, so that's what we're going with. On the positive side, it's being treated as a crime. The guy will hopefully be going to prison. Although, this is another thing that I picked up on earlier. They said that since he was, I'm just saying what they said in the game, since he was a first-time offender, he likely would have gotten off with parole if he had, or was it community service of some kind, if he had expressed remorse. What fucking remorse? What are you talking about? Like, again, I don't know anything about the law, but that is a ridiculously light punishment for what... And I know that he's proclaiming his innocence, but then to Sari and Yagami, he said, I confess to everything. The dude confesses to it, right? Like, sorry, I was very, very surprised. This is the first time we're circling back around to that. But yeah, right in like episode 1, there was mention that if he had only shown contrition, he probably would have gotten off easy. But he continued to insist that he hadn't done it and continued to maintain his innocence in the face of overwhelming evidence to the contrary. So the court was going to come down hard on him and give him jail time, which is just weird. But before we move ahead, yeah, Dougler came in on a heavy topic. It's a game of heavy themes. Like, these things are going to come up in a game that deals with this kind of subject matter. And I hate to like do a sudden like real snapback, like a real like I don't want to do any sort of emotional whiplash, but what I had started to say is that earlier, Ricardinho put up a brand new YouTube video regarding his playthrough of Lords of Football, and that is now live on his YouTube channel. We got a chance to watch that earlier today. It was a lot of fun. It's sort of a montage of different moments from his playthrough, and I thought that was fun. With that said, because I wanted to make sure that we had a chance to sort of like read through what people are saying, because it's a serious topic. Oh, and Mr. Bones, thank you so much for, again, real emotional whiplash here. Bones, thank you so much for the happy affiliate anniversary in chat. I hope that you and Greg and Mr. Binky had a fantastic New Year's, and we'll be looking forward to hopefully many, many, many months of Divided by Werewolves podcast throughout 2022. So thank you so much. Ouch. Okay, I sort of reversaled on that guy and then he just fell over. Okay, Yagami, but...
That's one down.
Not out of the woods just yet.
I got a bento lunch set. Like, we can keep going.
Damn. They really went all out on the backup. Is the whole town arcade now or something?
Doc, we should probably get gone before the cops roll in.
Why? It's not our fault we're getting jumped.
As Ronan says, ouch, my spine.
Guess their plan was to come at us in waves. I've about had it with this crap.
Yeah. At this rate, we won't be meeting Sari-san and the others. Wouldn't want to drag them into this.
Point. So why not hit Arcade at home?
Yeah?
Why not? Soma and Akutsu are at the top, and they probably remember me. I'll just ask them real nice to keep their goons off our back. Unless you want to keep dealing with these fucking scrubs.
I'm fine with making a house call. Any idea where it is?
Yeah, a club in the back of Theater Square. Used to be arcade exclusive. Nowadays, I hear they let in thugs from all over. I admit, I'm kind of curious.
Ronan is also saying, groping, bullying, children committing suicide, murder. What else have we got? And we're not even halfway into the game. This game is hitting all the heavy topics. There was also Ronan, a young woman who was being sold into basically sex work. She had fallen into debt to some loan sharks, and they were going to come collecting by forcing her to give up her child and then go with them to something that Yagami discerned was almost certainly going to be being forced to work in a brothel. So we've got that going. Force is going to pop off and work on writing for fun. Oh, nice. It was nice to see you guys. Yeah, Force, I hope you had a great a great New Year's. And again, I hope the apartment isn't too hot and that you're having a very, very nice weekend. And Force is further, just saying sorry that it wasn't an attempt to mansplain. No, Force, for sure, it's helpful to get like different perspectives. Like I like it when people say like, hey, this feels really inappropriate, and then there's also a conversation about like why it might have been written in this way, because I think it's worthy of. Here's the thing: if I felt like imagine a version of this story. Let me pause here again to talk about this. Imagine a version of this story, where the characters are like, oh, well, all he did was grope this woman. All he did was this sexual assault. So, like, clearly that's no big deal compared to the murder. And they were just constantly downplaying it. But at least from what I've seen in the story, that's not what's happening here. I would really, really be upset if that was the way that they were talking about it. But in Judgment, one of the things that I like about Judgment as a franchise now, this came out of the first game, is that you have characters in the story that are doing these crimes, particularly sometimes against women. This was a running theme in the first game as well, but they're being brought to justice. They're not being treated, I don't feel, as funny, zany characters that Yagami is just like, oh, you. He usually, when the opportunity presents itself, kicks the crap out of them and then turns them over to the police, where they are removed from the story. We don't ever get to see, like, we don't take them to court, but it's heavily implied that they are thrown into jail and no longer able to hurt people. I don't know what a Yakuza game is like, because I've never done that. I don't know if the Yakuza go around, like, enforcing crimes against women to, like, stop that from happening, but I do know that Yagami does, and that it might feel like a small difference, but I like putting away bad guys that are hurting people, you know? So that's sort of the way that I'm looking at it. Go Hybrid is asking, is it mansplaining if a woman does it? I think in this case it's just like she's saying, like, Force didn't mean to come off. She wants to make sure that she's not coming off as, like, being pedantic or, like, overly explaining, and I appreciated what she said. Ronan is saying Kiryu will beat down people like that. Also, I'm not sure if they go to jail, though. Well, if they learn their lesson by losing mobility in their arms and legs, you know, same goal. I'm okay with it. I would love to get a snack. Can we go to, like, I'll be happy to beat those people, but if I could get, like, a meal at the local establishment, be pretty cool. Also, how are we doing on skill points? I have 11,000, which is enough to get something cool. Oh, yeah. Let's, charge that up. I didn't realize that I had any other 2500s on the board. EX extension. Oh, sure. Let's get that as well. EX enhancer. Sure. Guys, I didn't realize I had so many 2500s. Battle bonus level 1. Wait! 50% more SP after battle? Why the Oops. I would have picked that up a long-ass time ago. I didn't realize that was a thing. And the next time we get 5,000, I need to get double the SP after battle. Jesus Christ. Wow, that's a rookie mistake, not picking that up.
いらっしゃいませ.
Oh, well, he doesn't have any food whatsoever, but he's got lots of booze. So, sir, I would like to have your finest XO Deluxe. And then, how about this 30-year-old McKellen? It's gonna fill up the old health bar nicely.
Starving. I'm starting to feel it.
Yagami's gonna be so fucking drunk now.
ありがとうございました.
Okay, hold on. You guys, he can't walk straight. I promise. This. Hold on. This is me. I'm just gonna press up. Oh, I'm not moving the stick in any directions. This is Yagami. As Grumpy says, oh, Go Hybrid has a play date to attend. Says Happy New Year to you. Go Hybrid, Happy New Year right back at you. Can I ride the motorcycle, the skateboard? Oh, hold on.
Great.
Oh!
What a waste.
Oh, but don't worry. Wait, there's more.
The more I drink, the stronger I get. Really, guys?
Douglas says, you know, I think I'm fine with that car not stopping when the guy was tossed in front of it. These guys, like, I'm not even sure what their whole deal is. I didn't get 5,000 already. No, I need a little bit more for 5,000. So, where are we going? To the RK hangout? Oh, yeah, we're gonna, like, broker a piece. And if, few street toughs get a little what for on the way.
Come on.
Oops.
Let's go.
Oh, wait. Hey, hold on one second. Yagami has a boost. Or, sorry, he might have a super strength extract. Yeah. Take that. No, not... I just want to drink it. Is it under miscellany? Doesn't look like it. Alright. Super strength extract. Yes. Yeah! Oh, he's gonna walk funny tomorrow.
And stay down.
Let's hit it.
This is so incredibly unnecessary. Hey, there's another motorcycle over here. Hey guys, you want to see something fun? Why don't you come over here? Oh, no, my motorcycle! Crap. I'll have to settle for a regular cycle. Oops. I like the car beeping its horn like it stumbled on like a flash mob. It's just trying to get to the Starbucks. Hey! Our Ricardo's gonna run and get some food. Yeah, Ricardo, I hope you had a fun stream. I know that after getting the video all set up on YouTube, you went and did. I think it was Fortnite. That was around the time that we had to bounce out. Hey, wait, what? I'd like to know the physics on that last punch. Come here, Endo. Oh, I got stuck on this flag.
And stay down.
Oh, and Ricardo also got to do the giveaway, which is super fun. Hey, did I get 5,000 points? Yeah, I did. All right. 5,000 points is for the battle bonus. Yeah. Doubling the number of, like, SPs that we get after battle is super helpful in a situation like this. Sorry. Also, sorry, did I say this aloud that that Moo is entertaining the family? Oh. Who am I fighting? Oh, whoops.
Really, guys?
Let's roll, Tom.
All right, so we should be able to go in here now. But yeah, Moo, thank you for, like, it sounds weird for me, but, like, you're being a really, really good host by entertaining Grumpy's, what did you say, mom and aunt? Was that it? Lurking, couldn't turn volume up in chat because I'm entertaining mother and aunt. Yeah, well, for what you can hear, if you listen to this later on, then I guess, you're being a really good host, so that's awesome. All right, where do I go into this?
This is it, Talk. Get ready to meet some shady people.
Yeah, shady is definitely the operative word here. Can't imagine this place gets a lot of foot traffic.
Who knew an entrance to the underground was right here in broad daylight? All right, let's get in there and be done with this.
Hey, who the hell are you two? Got some invitations?
The Yagami Detective Agency doesn't need any. Say, is Akutsu or Soma around?
Detectives, huh?
There a problem here? This is a public business, isn't it?
About time you showed up. We've been expecting you.
Nothing like running into an old friend.
You want to talk to Akutsu-san, fine. But only Kaito gets in.
Why?
See, we all knew the Yakuza out in the cold would come around to us once the Tojo clan cleared out. Know what makes us such a hit?
Who gives a shit?
We got a system fleshed out. Your average gangbanger starts at rank F. But an ex-Yakuza, a Tojo head at that, fast-tracked right to B rank. Oh, and just for you, Kaito-san. The boss says he'll start you out at A.
Yeah, I'm sure you've got your pick of the chumps. But I'm here to talk to a fucking adult man. So get stepping and take me to Akutsu.
Spoken like a man with some balls. I can see why Akutsu's had his eye on you.
What? So I really have to just wait in the lobby?
You should thank your lucky stars you're not dead yet.
I don't know about this, Kaito-san. What if you need backup?
Going into gang turf without backup, that's too dangerous even for Kaito. We have no clue how many members are back there or what they're doing.
Relax, Doc. All I gotta do is talk man-to-man with Akutsu real quick, and we'll be out of here.
You heard the man. Now come on.
Well, if it's gonna be that quick, I'll just wait right here.
Do whatever you want.
You're shit for business.
Ah, come on. Don't you want to be friends?
I'm betting Kaito comes out, says that he's been given an offer that he can't refuse and that he's going to go join them, and also that he will be full of shit. It's been 10 minutes since Kaito-san went in. I have no idea what's going on. In other words, he's going to pretend to join them in order to get more information. And there's no sign of him returning. Guess that means...
Hey, think I could use your restroom? There's one inside, right?
Go shit on the cement for all I care. Restrooms are for guests only.
So, you in Arcade too? I take it business is good lately.
Oh, hell yeah. Recruits are swarming in by the dozen. If you're looking for quick cash in Kamurocho, Arcade's where it's at. Plenty of hotties, too.
Wow. And all you do is fool around on your phone. Talk about living on Easy Street.
Screw you.
Hey, not my fault they don't loop you into the good jobs. Bet those only go to the A-rank guys. You must be, what, F? F minus?
The fuck did you just say?
Oh, did I offend you? Sorry. Guess some gangbangers are softies.
I'll show you who's soft, asshole!
Sorry. Getting split up from my buddy does make me kind of an asshole.
I never should have let Kaito-san come in here alone. I have to find him now. Not like sitting around would do the case any good anyway.
Alright, let's go.
Oh, begin stealth. Oh, I'm not good at stealth. First, I need to find Kaito-san. He's supposed to be talking to Akutsu right now. And are all these guys RK? It'd be a pain to take all of them on, but not really. Besides, if I make a scene, who knows what might happen to Kaito-san. I need to find a way around without getting noticed by them. Let's start off by searching the private room. Yagami, stock up on booze and condiments. Looks like no one's in here. Except for the breeze. Let's see if I can find anything here to do me some good. Well, this looks like you'd probably turn off the power, yeah?
What the?
A breaker panel. Maybe I can cut the lights with this, make it easier to sneak around? Oh, no good. I don't know which ones to flip. I don't need to make it any harder to find Kaito-san either. Okay.
Hey.
Whoa, all these drinks are crazy expensive. This place is backed by RK, which must mean they're loaded. Which is everything.
Suspicious.
A safe. Wish I could see what's in it, but without the passcode, all I can do is stare at the thing. The vents seem pretty loud in here, but where's the air coming from? That's a good question, Yagami. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow, I was kidding about the breeze because I saw the flags waving. Wasn't really thinking about it. What's that? I ought to fit into this ventilation duct. Maybe it'll end up getting me where I need to be. But even I can't reach that high. Anything I can use to get a leg up? Probably move some of these beer kegs. Or the safe. Locate a foothold. See, these cardboard boxes, they wouldn't support Yagami's weight, but all over the shelving or whatever. I don't know what Yagami... Oh, wait, maybe this cart. No? Put a barrel on the cart? That's what I would do. Put that barrel on the cart and then wheel it over. Or really just roll the barrel over. Stand on that. Yagami, I don't know. What's a foothold, buddy? What do you want? It doesn't seem to be the sort of thing that we can sidle over to from elsewhere in the room.
Suspicious.
Oh, just one of the crates. Okay, like there's 1,000 things in here, Yagami, that are the right size. Here we go. All right, that should do it. Moo is saying that's how... So Fox McCloud had said, also stealth means leaving no survivors. Moo says that's how she interprets stealth. Time to craft some Molotov cocktails. Oh, that'd be a good idea with all the booze, because we all know how good you are at throwing them. Which game was it that I was just launching the Molotov cocktails directly in my own face? I probably a couple of them, really. What's that? Yeah, Yagami, just stand on it. Look. There we go. I should be able to reach the duct like this. Time for some duct work. As long as we're Spider Yagami here. The other thing that happened this weekend is that we got a chance to finish watching Season 2 of The Witcher on Netflix. I'm not going to spoil anything, but what is ever happening in that show?
Where'd that new guy get taken to?
I heard Akutsu-san wanted to see him.
For real? Was he taken to the VIP room then?
Sounds like it.
I see. It looks like Kaito-san was taken to the VIP room.
Even I've never gotten in there. What makes him such a big shot?
VIP room seems to be that way. All right, let's check it out. Fox McCloud is saying everyone would know you were in there. Yeah, a lot of rumble thumps that would sort of echo throughout the entire building. Oh, I wanted whatever that is. All I've ever wanted in my life is whatever that is. Now, I don't mean it, like, absolutely, that I never ever know what's happening in The Witcher, but there are, like, vast tracts of conversation where I do not know who is talking, like the identity of the people that are talking or what they're discussing. There's a bartender, I guess he's just setting up. What is that sound, Yagami? Maybe it's just from up here, but he kind of looks like me. I just had an idea. I'm gonna get real drunk. Let's see if we can track that guy down, I mean. Okay, apparently I'm gonna do a tailing mission from inside the ductwork. Hopefully. I don't know where he went now. Oh, that was him, I think. Yeah,
Sorry, man. Take a quick breather.
Aside from the hair and hair color and face, he looks exactly like Yagami. Not bad. I might actually pull this off. I don't think he'd pull this off at all. Also, Moo was saying, say hi to Bruce Willis while you're in there, in the ductwork. Yeah, Die Hard is still a really good movie. It's been a while since I've seen it, but it's getting a lot of play over the last week or so. So, do I just Hitman this now? I can just, like, act like I belong here? Should I have a snack? Can I just gnaw on this, like, tuna and egg sandwich? I guarantee you, after eating a large tuna and egg sandwich, nobody would want to go near Yagami. It's actually part of his disguise. Great, even more of them hanging around. If I get surrounded here, it's all over. I'd better be extra careful if I have to deal with any of them.
Hey, you there!
Yes? Can I help you?
You better stop fucking around. Didn't I ask you for another round?
Huh? Another round?
You forgot my order already? I want my bottle.
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
Wait a minute. You know what? Fuck the bottle. How about you just mix me a cocktail?
But of course.
I guess I don't have any choice but to make this guy's drink. I hope Yagami knows how to make a cocktail. Hang on, maybe this is just what I needed. If I put him under the table with some strong booze, I can clear out of here. It's worth a shot anyway. I hope you guys... I hope you know some hangover cures, fellas. Okay.
Here, sir.
Well, I actually managed to get through that somehow. My disguise worked against that one guy, but that guard looks harder to trick. Why? I won't be able to get into the VIP room unless I do something about him. I should lure him into the shadows on the other side and take him out there. But that means I'll have to cut across the floor. Gotta be careful about this. Moo's saying you don't slam a martini glass down like that. Yeah, it'd probably, like, be in danger of snapping the stem. Okay, so I cut left then? Is that Yagami's plan?
Too close.
Shit. I'm screwed if I get too close and they notice me. Wait, who noticed me? I'm not suspicious, you're suspicious. Bones is saying, careful, Agent 46 and a half. I feel like Yagami is really more like Agent 4. Also, what's on the ground here? Smokescreen powder, awesome. Go up the stairs, Yagami. Oh, God. Speaking of The Witcher, why... So am I not going up the stairs? Wait a second. Since Bones is still here, I will also share that I think that there would be some real Patreon money in having Mr. Bones do an episode-by-episode commentary alongside Mr. Binky for episodes of The Witcher on Netflix, because Bones, I know that you didn't get on too well with Witcher 3, but the series is just, it's inscrutable. And it seems to assume that every single person watching has this encyclopedic knowledge of who the hell these people are, or which fictional countries they're talking about, and where they, you know, how they all interrelate to one another. It's very difficult to follow along. Oh, Silver Surfer, thank you so much for the happy affiliate. You were gifted a sub earlier. There was a huge, like, flow of subs, so I don't know if it came from Moo or Groomfy or Azaric or Ronan or any of the other people, Mia, Chivalry, that were all giving out gift subs. But you got a gift sub from somebody, so it's a huge blur of them. I hope you enjoyed the emotes, and thank you so much for coming by. I hope you had a great New Year as well. Bone said, I just went through that with Dune. I don't know if I can do an entire series. Yeah, I like, in fairness, I wouldn't inflict it upon you. I enjoyed The Witcher 3. And I very much enjoyed your playthrough of it. The episodes that you did, at least. I'm very, very, very on the fence with The Witcher as a series.
Too close.
it very occasionally has like a well-executed combat scene, and I feel like the cast is pretty good. Like, I like Henry Cavill. So again, I'm not really sure what Yagami is reacting to there. I guess it's that guy over there. Like, Henry Cavill does a good job as Geralt, and I think that like the rest of the cast does really well. The guy that plays Jaskier got a nice singing voice, like that's fine. And in season 2, they do a much better job with the whole idea of Witchers being monster hunters. In that, in season 2 of The Witcher, they do occasionally interact with monsters, which is a refreshing change of pace. So, Yagami, what is your plan? So, do I come up behind him and then, like, choke him out?
Lala?
Yagami, I really feel like you also could have just walked up the stairs behind him. You would have been none the wiser.
That's a good boy.
Okay. Now I get to go upstairs? Yagami also changed.
I hate to say it, Akutsu. I'm in a price bracket you couldn't afford if you wanted to.
I'm not saying you'd need to call it quits on the detective gig you've got going, Kaito-san. You can just give us a hand, help us out a bit when Arcane needs some real muscle on the field.
That a fucking joke? On what planet would I sign up for more busy work?
Think you might want to tone it down there, big guy? I've got my boys in the room. Being talked to like this isn't a good look.
Why would you care how you look? You're a bunch of damn Yakuza. You and Soma are picking up the Tojo clan scraps, yeah? Or do you have a real plan?
We'd have the manpower if we wanted to.
With all your washed-up Yakuza and punk-ass kids? I don't see it happening, man. What are you fucking thinking?
Exactly why we need more guys like you. Help me show this crew how the big boys roll. I need some authority on this to get it built the right way.
So you want me on as a drill sergeant for scumbags? Count me out.
Kamurocho's underground river of cash is still flowing, but there's no more Tojo clan upstream to collect it all. There's no more rules. We can run this town however the fuck we want. And once we've got ours, we can slip back into civilian lives to live it up clean as a whistle.
You want to be a civilian again? You're kidding.
Oh yeah. Want to have the cash to buy your favorite store, pop out a couple of kids and settle down with a family? Never would have been possible in the Yakuza life.
Well, why the fuck would you need me to do that? After you step into the shadow of the underworld, you never really escape from those chains. Don't sell me your bullshit like I'm one of your fucking brats. Huh. Sounds to me like your whole damn pitch just ran out of gas. Go out there and build your dream gang if you want. I don't give a shit. That said, if you keep bugging me about this shit, I'm gonna make sure you regret it. Keep your fucking distance from us.
Did you say us? Are you refusing to join up because you have a partner? Bring Yagami along for all I care.
Did you hear a word of what I just said?
I'd reconsider that stance if I were you. If you aren't coming along as a friend, then you're my enemy.
I don't take work from assholes.
Have it your way, then. Hey, round up the boys.
Sir. Hey! Get off your asses!
Too late for that. I knew exactly how this little chat was gonna go down.
Son of
Yeah, well, I knew exactly where you'd be for a chat you weren't invited to.
Well, if you're done over there, shall we get back down to business?
You're not walking out of here.
If you don't know how to use that thing, you're gonna cut yourself, man. You sure?
You fuckers are the ones who don't know shit. This whole damn town belongs to the arcade now, you know.
Now the whole town belongs to you, huh? You fucking morons. You're gonna have to pry this town out of my hands!
I'd really like to do the disarm against this guy in the camo jacket.
Let's go.
Okay. Maybe the best disarm is just beat him into unconsciousness. There we go. Now he's been disarmed. I gotta find another one. Oh!
Hey! Quit dragging your ass!
Right. Sorry, boss. Yo! Fuck him up, boys!
Why does that guy get to get back up? Ow. Hold on. All right, I gotta take some medicine here. Hold on a second, because any incidental hit, and I'm gonna get knocked out. So let's have that, and maybe a bento lunch set, and a sushi set. Ow. Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. Yagami gently sets down the chair instead of doing anything useful with it.
Dumbass, you down already?
No, sir. Come on, let's fucking do this!
Hey! Kaito, come on. You gotta do this as a team, buddy. Yagami's not getting up so well anymore. Holy shit. Hold on, I've taken a tremendous amount of damage. Let's have this pizza bun. Oh, the pizza bun doesn't give you very much health, but I got a bunch of them. Oh yeah, this ramen looks pretty good.
Let's go.
Oh, good. They rearranged the chairs. These are great. Oh, look at this. We got a little table. I like the fact that we can straight up murder every single person that works here, and then also really reduce their ability to do business as a nightclub in the future. Oh! Ugh. Okay. I really felt like I had a good square reversal there, but the game disagreed. And this Odin. Okay, so he's down for the third time. He's done, right? Oh. Just get him, Yagami. Step on his throat. Okay, just... Moo is voting for Yagami to get like a good solid gut punch so that he just vomit all that food back out all over him.
Now I understand why you wanted Kaito on your side.
Still got anything you want to say, Akutsu?
I can appreciate your perspective on this, Kaito.
In that case, you better leave us the hell alone.
Yeah, we can do that. We get it. It's fine. Right, Akutsu?
Why are you here? Aren't you busy?
Just checking in. You made quite a mess here.
Tak meets Soma. He's the leader of the RK.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
You keep saying we, but I don't think you know what's going on. You just gonna waltz in here and bark orders?
Kaito-san turned down your offer, didn't he? And the other guy is Yagami from his own detective agency. Before that, he was an accomplished lawyer. Now he's with Kaito-san independently.
It's my job to be running HQ, though. You shouldn't roll up unannounced.
I'm supposed to leave you to your own devices? I do have to check in, at least to show my face.
Got a cold?
It's a dust allergy, actually. Tough thing to live with. And I used to catch hell for it in the Yakuza. Quit that infernal sniffling, they'd say.
Yeah, that couldn't have been easy, man. I bet they would beat the shit out of you if you didn't blow your nose.
You know it. I do wish we'd had the time to work together, Kaito-san. You as well, Yagami-san. It may feel like we're a small-time outfit in the immediate term, but RK will grow. We'll show you. But in the meantime, we'll leave the two of you be. Does that work?
Finally, some sense. Best of luck with the growth. As the leader here, you need brains and brawn.
Something else?
Your gang was out there searching for some guy in a picture. Oh, how'd that hunt end up turning out? He was some kind of girls' bar manager, wasn't he? It sounded like he'd disappeared from Kamurocho more than a few years back. You have any luck tracking him down?
We actually found that he's unfortunately dead. Likely murdered. Considering Kamurocho's reputation and the nature of his profession, I can't say I'm all that surprised.
Got it. I guess I was just kind of curious.
Always happy to oblige a detective.
I guess we shouldn't have taken RK so lightly, even though they're new to the scene.
Yeah. Supposedly Soma's the one who spearheaded the campaign to scoop up all the ex-Tojo. Turns out he's teaching the next generation of thugs about protection money, loan sharking, mugging. He's like an unemployment agency for shitheads. They've got 50 full-time bodies so far, but if you include part-timers and other associates, they may be well over 2,000 strong.
That's a lot. Even half that's a lot.
The Yakuza left behind a gaping power vacuum in this town. Even if it wasn't RK, someone else would have swooped in. So much for peace and quiet in Kamurocho, huh?
Sorry-san's calling. Hello?
It's Shirosaki. Sorry for the wait. I found our file on Ahara's victim.
Ah, Mamiya-san, right? Yui Mamiya?
Yes, she lives with her family in East Ikebukuro. I'm about to make a quick house call.
Awesome. Then I'll be right over.
Good. See you sooner than later, I hope.
I caught all that. You go on ahead, Doc. This one's outside my area of expertise.
Okay. I'll head back to the office when I'm done.
Yeah, Yagami, you might need to, like, wash some of the blood out. Yeah, if possible, we'll swing in here and grab something at Smile Burger. I do miss the restaurant stories from the first game as far as, like, we got to know some of those characters. Yeah, he's had a lot of starches lately. Let's have a Smile salad and, it's a Smile shake. Let's hope that that's mostly orange juice and not just heavy dairy.
Starving.
Hello to Marquack. You mentioned watching The Witcher. Was there any non-game piece of entertainment that really got its teeth into you in 2021? Oh gosh, that's a good question. No television series for sure.
Now we're talking.
Oh,
Good
I found their
tasty.
Lucky Meal.
Thanks.
ありがとうございました
I had a wholly indefensible appreciation for the movie Kin, which was, I don't know how to end that sentence. It was a movie that came out that I recommend to no one, and it's not very good, but I actually really enjoyed watching it. Boy, that's a really good question. I'll also say this is the opposite of an answer. I mentioned the other day that I started reading the Crystal Shard, which is, as far as I can tell, the first book written by R.A. Salvatore that involves...
Oh, perfect timing, Yagami-san.
Hold on.
And here I was about to go without you. Are you ready to visit Mamiya-san?
Sorry, before we hit this, Azric has it on the nose. Yes, that is the answer with a bullet. The Nevers, which is an HBO television series about sort of like Victorian-era themed X-Men, was excellent. I really enjoyed that. I remember when I said no television series, I was sort of thinking in my head about things that we've watched on television, but that was watched during a series of, I don't know how specific we want to get to it. It was watched through the assistance of Azric and is sort of streaming online, so I sort of mentally put that apart from television series, and it was really good. Like I came out of that extremely enthusiastic about the Nevers. If you have not watched the Nevers, I highly recommend it. I'm super looking forward to the next season, or the next half of the first season, I suppose. Time to head for the home of Ihara's victim, who doesn't know we're stopping by. Wait, I thought Shirosaki said that she was going to arrange a meeting. Hold on, let me talk to her.
Well, the best we can hope for is that she'll hear us out.
Gromfy was a fan of... And also, if I can ask Marquack, the same question right back at you. Like, was there anything that really grabbed you? Gromfy is like Ted Lasso, which I've only heard really good things about. Loki and Coda. I don't know that last one. That's the only one I don't know off that list. And then Grumpy said the 2021 Marvel movies in general, of which I have seen none. Oh, wait. It depends on when Black Widow came out. Black Widow was really good. Black Widow was good in a way that makes the distaste for it that I see online very confusing. I don't know what movie people watched, because the one that I saw was really, really good. I feel like there must have been at least one other movie that we saw and I was really enthusiastic about, but it wasn't Godzilla vs. Kong, and it wasn't Rings, both of which were interesting but not exciting.
Remember, we're speaking to a victim here, Yagami-san. One whose assailant we defended in court. If we had tried to make an appointment, she probably would have declined outright.
Not sure showing up unannounced is much better, so let's just hope she's willing to talk.
Yes, there's no way around it. It's a risk we had to take.
Well, here goes nothing.
Yes? I'm Shirasaki from the Genda Law Office, the attorney for Mr. Akihiro Ehara. You may remember me from the hearings.
Why are you here? Don't you know it's rude to show up at someone's door uninvited?
I understand, but we have a pressing matter that directly concerns you. If we could do this another way, we would. I apologize for any inconvenience.
I'm sorry, but the trial's over and done with. You know I can legally turn you away.
You're right, but I'm only asking a moment of your time. Please, would you mind?
Even Sari-san couldn't whip up a solid approach for this. Are we really out of luck here?
I don't have time for this. I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
Wait, before you do that. Sorry to butt in. I'm Yagami, a detective helping Sari here out.
And?
I can't let this be the end. I need to talk her into opening this door somehow. Okay, absolutely not sweet talking. Empathize with her or make it sound quick and simple. And I do want to respond to the rest of what's happening in chat, but here's so I'm gonna be me on this for a second. Number one, absolutely no sweet talking. It's like, again, this woman was the victim of sexual assault. Dead ass no. It's there's anyway. And here's the thing, empathize with her. If Sari-san was going to empathize with her, I feel like that might go a ways, but just to say it directly, it's very, very, very unlikely that any guy is going to understand what she's been through and the way that she felt demeaned and victimized and worthless and disrespected and violated in this public setting where she would have been terrified for minutes at a time on speaking up, not knowing what was going to happen next. I don't know that he can empathize with her. Like, I feel like it would come off as trite and simplistic, and it's just... My hope is that if we make it sound quick and simple, like it's just in and out, it'll be less trouble and less conflict if we can talk for a few minutes, as opposed to, like, getting together with her lawyer and making it into a big thing. Maybe that would work, but that's why I'm not going with empathize, because I don't think Yagami can. I don't think it's authentic, so that's why we're going to go over here.
I know in your eyes we're just scumbag lawyers defending perverts in court. It was just a paycheck to them, you're thinking. And yes, why should you care?
Wow. It's like you read my mind. If you're so perceptive, shouldn't you know it's time to leave?
Wait, that's not what I meant at all. Look, that was just an opener.
We'll have nothing to work with if we can't get her to talk. Okay, so since we're definitely not doing that, I guess we are going to go with empathize with her.
Are you aware of the trending video that's leading people to believe Ehara committed murder? Thing is, the victim was confirmed to be alive in Yokohama until the morning of your own incident. And since Ehara was on the train with you, they're ruling him out as a murder suspect.
So, what is it you're getting at?
Just trying to ensure you're in the clear from any of that unfortunate business. If we could do this now, we'd never bother you again. All we need is 10 minutes of your time.
How absurd.
We're only trying to help, but if later would work better for you, we could always come back another time. With our supervisor, of course. That visit would probably be more formal. There'd be paperwork, audio tapes, you know the drill. You'll want to clear your schedule.
I really don't have time for any of that.
No, I understand, and it's entirely our fault. We thought we'd do this casually, but we really should have been more by the book. But it is a murder case, so we do have to make sure our paperwork is in order here. Now, would you prefer to schedule a date to accommodate a more formal interview?
You said 10 minutes if we do it now. right?
We'll make it as painless as possible.
All right. Hold on.
We really do appreciate it.
Well, I'm impressed. I'm also not sure I should trust a word you say ever again.
Really? I did get us in the door, didn't I?
I'm joking. I do appreciate the help. Now let's not screw this up. This is likely the only conversation we'll have with Mamiya-san.
Yeah, as Moo said, that was a weird way to empathize.
Hi there.
Hi. Again, we apologize for the intrusion.
Let's just get this over with already.
Okay, bye-bye.
We'll make this quick.
The things he said during the empathize option were the things that I would have thought he was going to say during the, like, we're going to make it quick and simple. Like, talk to us now, it's informal. I literally said it in advance, and then that's the empathize option. I was concerned that empathize was going to be him saying, listen, I know what you've been through, I know what it's like, and it's like, you don't. You don't. So that's where I was going with that. Now, before we go, because I have a feeling this is going to be an elaborate conversation, because also I think it's interesting, Azaric was voting for the Snyder Cut of Justice League. Yeah, honestly, probably the biggest surprise of 2021 was that the Snyder Cut of Justice League was good. I don't mean it was better than the theatrical release, which it was, but I legitimately really enjoyed it. And you're sitting there for what is it, 3.5, 4 hours, however long it is, and the time just floats by. It's very well done. There was nobody who walked into that more of a skeptic than me, and I thought it was very good. I really enjoyed the Snyder Cut of Justice League. Mark Wack is saying, I enjoyed WandaVision and Loki. The one thing that really got teeth into me was The Green Knight. And Mr. Bones is also saying The Green Knight. So here's a fun fact. I only know of The Green Knight based on people saying that it's good on social media. I don't even know the premise of the movie. And before somebody starts typing it in, that's how much I want to know. I want to sit down and watch it without knowing anything like what the buzz is, so that I can just sort of enjoy it as it might have been intended by the writer and director. Also, Grumpy is saying Free Guy and the Queen's Gambit Invasion. I feel like I should remember what Invasion is. I know of the Queen's Gambit because they recently released a board game out of it. It looks a lot like chess to me, but it says the Queen's Gambit on the outside of the box, so I assume it's an entirely original board game. And then Free Guy, which again, I've heard of and have never once ever seen a trailer or commercial for, and only have the vaguest idea on what it is, but also heard was very good. Let me just take a quick look here. Ronan was curious what the quick and simple would be. Yeah, it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. And that's when Moo said a strange way of empathizing, with which Azaric seemed to highly agree with, as do I. Ronan says empathy turned into a little bit of threatening just law things. Yeah, there was a kind of veiled threat in there about we can make it a big deal unless you comply with us, which is not what I would call empathizing. Fox McCloud said either that woman is short or he's a juggernaut. Yeah, Sari has a very petite build. I know what this is like. You're telling me that he doesn't look good. Jeez. Bones wasn't surprised, which was in relation to almost about how good the Snyder Cut was. I'm sure that's what it was. And then Mark Quack said, I don't know anything about it for sure. Oh, don't know anything about it for the Green Knight. That's the best way to experience it. And then Douglas says Free Guy is fun. It sort of seemed like empathy and this'll be quick were swapped. Yeah, the this'll be quick just it was a weird response. I definitely knew the one that we weren't going to take. Okay, so let's go with we could use a conversation opening with Mamiya. Let's take a quick look around for something useful.
What the?
A child's drawing, probably of his mother. They even put it in a nice frame. How cute. I bet that's his name up there at the top left. All right. Does she have dust allergies? No, we can't investigate that. All right. Monochromatic. Mafiu and Yagami would really like the white and black motif. If I remember correctly, Yui Mamiya lives here with her husband and son. They seem pretty happy in this picture. I will say that another major hole in any theory that Mamiya helped to fake the assault is that she has a family. Can I go in here? No. Oh, she keeps a baseball bat by the door. So I'm looking for anything else that I can examine before I go into the room where she is. Can I examine anything from out here? Hi, I'm not a super creep. How are you? I don't know what is going to cut short my investigation time. Oh, another picture. A child's drawing, probably of his mother. They even put it in a nice frame. Here. Oh, she's got a dog, or likes pictures of dogs. Probably an air filter or something. I like that we said this was going to be about 10 minutes, and I'm going to spend 10 minutes examining her coffee maker and the state of her dishes.
Suspicious.
Wait, was there something suspicious? Yeah, look at these glasses. Quite the layout they've got here. The kitchen has a clear view of the living room. Okay, that's... I don't know why that's something to take note of, but... Okay. Ah, Terrified brand whiskey. Single something, Scotch malt something.
Uh-huh. Hey.
Oh, she owns a television. For a married couple only in their 30s, they seem to be living pretty comfortably. Maybe their parents are helping them out too. Whatever the case, they're clearly above average income. Yeah. Are televisions, like, way more expensive in Japan or something? I don't know how else I'm supposed to take note of her lifestyle.
Hey.
What's this? A laptop? Yagami. Hold on. Sorry, Mamiya. I'll be with you in just a second. Just walk around here.
Suspicious.
I'm sure the laptop's full of useful data, but we're obviously not getting to it. Are you sure? Because she seems pretty cool with you just wandering around.
Hey.
Hey, that's right. She has a little boy. Yui Mamiya's 6-year-old son, cute kid. I'd guess he just started grade school. He seems pretty excited by visitors dropping by. Looks like his dad's not home yet. We still have not taken note of her lifestyle. Well, improper cord placement. Can I, like, give her a citation for having that cord wrapped around the wheels of that chair? Search through her garbage? No. How about over here? Nothing. Nothing's hung up. I don't think there's ever going to be anything past the red walls.
Uh-huh.
Oh, maybe I have to look at her. Yep. There's the goods. Times for a pat down? What? That's the kind of filth that must have run through his mind on the train. What a pig.
Suspicious.
Yagami was examining Mamiya's rear. That's Yui Mamiya, wife, mother, office worker, and victim of Ihara's perversion. They got on the same train as Ikebukuro, where she ended up having to suffer through Ihara groping her. Alright, so now we've identified her lifestyle. Oh, did everybody take off their shoes? Did Yagami take off his shoes? I don't know how to not be in this mode.
So, talk. I've already told the police and the court everything they could want to know about that morning.
I'm sorry to put you through this again, but would you mind going over those details with us?
What else is left to discuss?
I understand how pressured you might feel.
I've gone over this so many times. I wonder if pressing charges was even worth it.
No, what you did was both brave and inspirational. Many victims are afraid to come forward for any number of reasons. Your voice might give them courage to find their own.
Ironic. Hearing this from that predator's defense team.
Well, perhaps.
Would you mind walking us through that day from the beginning?
It's nothing so mysterious. I was just on my way to work when some man grabbed my butt. That's all it was.
Nothing else was out of the ordinary that day?
Correct.
Not to pry, but where is your husband today?
Still at work? He usually doesn't get home until later. On that note, I have to feed my son, so let's get this wrapped up soon.
We'll try our best to. Moving along. On that day, you and Ahara-san boarded the train bound for Ikebukuro, correct? Had you ever seen the man before then?
No. At least not that I can recall. How many times must I go over this? Your lawyer friend here already knows everything I have to say. What do you gain by getting me to repeat things?
That's the thing. Yagami-san here is a specialist. He can take whatever you repeat, analyze it, and draw up an entirely new conclusion. Right?
Of course. That's exactly why I'm here.
Great, now the pressure's really on. Seems to be a recurring thing lately. So Douglas asking, who did she say we were? Well, so she definitely knows who Sari is, because she was the defense attorney. In terms of how Yagami was identified, I think it was right there that Yagami is an associate that's working with Genda Law and is a specialist that they call in.
In the security footage, as you stepped onto the train, it looks like Ahara-san stepped right behind you. Were you aware of his presence at this point?
I was. It felt like someone kept pushing up against me with no sense of personal boundaries. I remember second-guessing myself at the time, thinking it was normal for the train to be that packed.
Then the train took off while you were stuck in that situation.
Yes. And then I felt the back of his hand against me. It kept getting worse from there, to the point where he went under my skirt. And the pig had the nerve to write it off as an accidental brush on a crowded train. But that kind of touch wasn't accidental. He even grabbed at me.
Truly awful. And I do sympathize. I've also had to turn in an abuser like that. Personally speaking, some men can't wait to debase themselves at the first opportunity.
Why would you say that and look at me?
I just stood there, frozen. I couldn't see who was touching me. I had no idea what to do. I wanted to scream. But what if he just played it off? So I decided I would bear it till the next station.
Are you okay, Mommy?
I'm fine, sweetie. We're just having a bit of grown-up talk. Are you hungry?
Uh-huh.
Then go read your book and wait over there for Mommy. We're almost done.
Looks like this is going to be ending soon no matter what. I should keep my questions brief. Up to now, I haven't heard any contradictions between Mamiya's account and the security footage.
You said the abuse lasted the entire 6 minutes between Ikebukuro and Shinjuku Station. Did you see the groper's face at any time during that span?
No. I was too terrified to look. And I thought, even if I did, he'd just pull away and escape. But just as the train was pulling into Shinjuku, I reached back and grabbed the hand on me. That's when I saw his face. Of course, he shook me off as the doors opened, but I'd already gotten a clear look at him. He must have known I could turn him in at that point. So he ran, and I chased after.
Right. That was captured by the station's security cameras.
Great job tailing him in such a crowded space. On that note, did you ever happen to lose sight of Ahara-san while running?
His cap was pretty easy to spot, and no one else was bolting off the platform like that, so I never lost sight of him. At that point, I could feel my voice returning, so I just screamed. That man grabbed me!
I'm glad there were good Samaritans nearby.
For sure. And there were a lot of smartphones out, so I figured there was no way for him to get away with it. I was so relieved.
I see. I think I've got the gist of it. But now we've got a piece of evidence that contradicts what you've told us.
What do you mean?
Mamiya's story lines up with her testimony from the trial, but there's one thing that it contradicts. And I actually don't know what it is yet, aside from, like, this, that he wasn't there. Also, Dougler's asking, why is Sorry the bastard's lawyer? They talked about this briefly, several episodes ago, that the case was transferred to Genda Law before, like, they knew all the details, or the fact that the guy was going to be, like, pleading innocent and stuff, but I don't remember them all. I think fundamentally I think they wound up taking the case because it was supposed to be like, they've got you dead to rights, you're going to plead guilty, and they were just going to sort of like move it along, but then it turned into a much bigger case when he refused to plead guilty. Alright, numerous cameras recorded the Gropers attempt to flee the scene with the female victim in pursuit. That's consistent. The trace element inspection, yeah. He reached up her skirt, so we've got that. Over an hour before the incident occurred, but she's only talking about what happened after they got on the train. This is before they got on the train. That's consistent. So the only other thing would be this murder footage that shows Akihiro Ehara in a white raincoat murdering Mikashiba during the same time that he would have been standing at the place. Yeah, I'm gonna present this. Hopefully it's correct.
Well, on the same day, at 6:30 a.m. in Yokohama, a student teacher named Hiro Mikoshiba was sent off to work by his mother. But he was soon abducted near his home, only to be found dead much later in Ijincho.
Is that...
According to the video, Ehara-san here is the murderer.
What?
He killed Mikoshiba in cold blood to get vengeance for his bullied son. His kid was about to graduate high school, but instead, he took his own life. So Ehara took it upon himself to punish his son's tormentor.
That's awful.
But now we come back to the issue here. If this footage is authentic, then Ehara-san couldn't have been your assailant. The victim's estimated time of death and Ehara-san's time of arrival in Tokyo simply don't allow for it. It's just not possible for someone to make that commute. But there's the flip side. If Ehara-san was in fact your assailant, it would mean this murder footage is a fabrication.
I don't know what you expect me to say after all this.
Right? Now you know how we're feeling. That's why we came to see if you had any leads for us.
So that's what this is about.
After hearing your story, I have no doubt you endured a lot that day. Which would obviously mean that murder video was faked.
Then, who shared that video? And why?
Wish I knew. Based on the quality, something this convincing would need quite a budget. Whether it's CG on top of real murder footage, or just a rock-solid AI creation, no way it was cheap. So why go through all this effort to fake a murder? Who would benefit from it? But I have to say, I feel much closer to piecing this puzzle together with your help today. Thank you very much for your time.
Yes, and rest assured, this will be the last time you see us. Our apologies for the unexpected visit, and for dredging up unpleasant memories.
It's fine. So long as this is really the end of it all.
I'm concerned that what we accomplished there... Hold on a second.
I'd like to report Mamiya-san's account to the rest of the team. Can I count on you to be there?
Sure. Let me give Kaito-san a heads up.
All right, then I'll see you there.
Yo, me.
Hey, I just got back to Kamurocho. Everything good? Any news?
All good here, man. What's with you? You worried Arcade got to me or something?
I mean, they did run their mouths about stabbing us in the back. But if you're good, I'm good. Anyway, I'm heading to Genda so Sari-san and I can go over what we learned from Mamiya.
You're the boss. As for me, I'm calling it a day.
You do that.
Yeah, we are currently in front of Genda Law, which I'm going to go into in just a second. It was just... What I was going to say is that I'm concerned that what we accomplished there was injecting uncertainty into a situation that she was hopefully starting to feel that she had closure on. I got assaulted on the train. I saw the guy that did it. I chased the guy that did it. They got the guy that did it. The guy that did it is now in jail. And he's going to go to jail for a lot longer because he tried to plead innocent. Now here comes Sari and Yagami saying, well, here's some countervailing evidence that means that maybe he wasn't really there. And it's like, it doesn't feel good. I know that they are trying to get additional information to confirm exactly what she saw, to ask her any additional questions and stuff, but it still feels like what we're doing is walking out of that room and leaving her with a new seed of uncertainty. Was it the right person? Was there some sort of a switcheroo? Did not the right person get convicted? Because based on what she went through, you would think that, like, above, one of the major things is to make sure that the person that did it gets punished. Not someone else. The right person who did it gets the punishment. And now they sort of, like, entered into the possibility in her head that that's not what happened. And that doesn't feel good. Sorry, I'm going to pick up... no, we want... Battle bonus. 150 more SP. Yes, please. Okay, and we got gold rank in that, I guess. Caroluna has to go to bed. Caroluna, have a great night, and I hope you had a great New Year. Thank you so much for the Star Sector stream.
Are we ready, Yagami-san? Let's start with our visit to Mamiya-san, if that sounds reasonable to you.
Yes.
Yeah, let's start there.
So, the victim's story is completely in line with her court testimony, huh?
That's correct. There wasn't anything new to pick up.
Unfortunately.
In which case, should we look into the murder video instead? Like, figure out how they made it?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Whether that tape's fake or real, someone had to put it online, right? Do we have any theories on who that might be?
Well, the footage showed enough of the surroundings to make the crime scene clear. As somebody who's been there, I can confirm that the blood splotches match what you see in the footage. Which means...
Who uploaded Ihara's murder footage to the internet? Well, his accomplices would make some sense. The Kanagawa detectives doesn't make any sense to me at all. The prosecutor makes -1 sense. That if again, I don't know anything about Japanese law, but that would have needed to be turned over to the defense team during discovery. And then Ihara posted the video himself. Well, he can't do that because he's in jail. So it had to be the accomplices.
The murderer's accomplices have to be the ones who posted it for him.
Yeah, I can't see it any other way.
I also agree with Yagami-san.
But in that case, what would their motive be?
Maybe they wanted to make a mockery of the police, or even the whole system.
Huh?
We know Ihara got himself convicted for groping, so he'd have an alibi for Mikoshiba's killing. But then, his conspirators turned it around by uploading the murder video online. Almost as if to say, look how he got away with it.
I see. Yeah, that does make it sound like he's taunting them.
That's well and good, but I'd like to shift gears. let's talk about the actual fabrication of the video. How does one go about that?
Well, for example, the true culprit would be taped murdering Mikoshiba. Then Ihara's face would be copied and blended onto the killers. That's how they'd approach it in a Hollywood movie.
But then, wouldn't you be able to see traces of it being faked?
Tsukumo-san reported that he's found nothing of the sort in his analysis.
We've been down this road before. If we take the stance that the footage is fabricated, we have absolutely nothing to work with.
Then let's tackle this from the stance that the video's actually real. If that's the case, there has to be a flaw in the groping issue. I think we've collected enough evidence to find it too.
Before meeting with Yui Mamiya, didn't you mention the possibility of Ihara using a stand-in? Perhaps the real Ihara murdered Mikoshiba in Ijincho, then swapped places with the imposter so he could be detained.
But we couldn't find an opportunity for the swap to happen, remember? From the moment he set foot on the Ikebukuro platform, Ihara was constantly on camera.
But wait, that's not entirely accurate, is it?
Huh?
Ihara wasn't constantly on camera between Ikebukuro Station and Shinjuku, and the proof is, it is our diagram right here that has the blind spot listed.
Remember how we mocked up a diagram of the Shinjuku Station platform?
Yeah. Oh, wait! That's it! You could be onto something. There's a point where Ihara wasn't on camera at all.
What is this point you speak of?
Let's all go over the diagram so that everything will be clear. Here's what I want you to see.
Hey. Suspicious.
Yeah, so just so that everybody knows, X is where they got off the train, and then the blue line is where he ran over here, and then this X is where he got actually caught. But this dashed line right here is a period in the flight path, in the escape plan, where he was completely off camera. And there's also like a little, I can't really zoom in further than this, but there's like a little divot there. So if there was like a fake Ihara who was in there and then got off the train and ran and managed to like switch hats or whatever with somebody that was here and then continue running, then the real Ihara could have been the one that got caught, even though he had only just entered the scene right here on this dotted line. This is the spot that I'm looking for.
It's very brief, but there's a moment where Ihara and Mamiya-san can't be seen by the security cameras. The dotted lines on the arrow represent the camera's blind spot.
It does appear so. So you're saying this is where the groper, the fake Ihara, traded places with the real one?
Can't say it's impossible, right?
Right. Except if that actually happened, Mamiya-san would have been right behind them at the time. Could the two really swap places without her noticing?
In a crowd like that, I think it's feasible.
If that really was Ihara's plan, then I'd say he was being careless.
Careless? How?
Well, on the day of the incident, the station was packed for morning rush hour. That means there was no solid guarantee the assailant could make the switch. He could have been nailed by any random passerby before reaching the blind spot.
Good point. Not only that, if Mamiya-san had called for help while the train was still moving, then the first Ihara would have been caught before even reaching the platform.
Oh, I mean, yeah! Called it.
Think about it, Yagami-san. Why would Ihara's accomplices meticulously plan out every last detail of this alibi, only to leave such a crucial component to chance, as Hoshino-kun pointed out?
Oh, just doing my job.
True. Good work, Hoshino-kun. In fact, I think that may back up my own take on it.
Yeah?
What if everything, including the appearance of leaving the plan to chance, was part of the plan?
Can you expound on that?
I'm saying I agree that such an airtight alibi wouldn't have allowed for contingencies. And that takes the question to another level. Just how far did they line up the pieces in advance to make the swap work?
Are you saying there's more to it than we discussed? What did we miss?
The only thing that they could have missed is the idea that Mamiya-san herself was in on it. That there was no actual... Because again, you can't... So I'm going to read what it says. But the actual groping incident isn't on camera. So it's her saying that it happened, and if she was in on the plot from the start, she says what happened, says that she ran after him, sees them switching hats and maybe jackets, and just continues on down the path, and like knows about in advance. Why? What possible reason? The motivation of this woman who has her own family life, her own job, to be involved with this, if everything on the day of the murder, including the train groping, was planned from start to finish, what else could we possibly deduce? Yui Mamiya is colluding with Ihara. Let's just look at the others. Mikoshiba's still alive. Well, that's another thing that's at least theoretically possible, because that corpse is in a real rough position, but allegedly the medical examiner did confirm that it's him. Let's assume that they did dental records or something, so that would make sense. So I don't think he's still alive. The real murder took place in Kamurocho. That doesn't make any sense at all. And then the prosecution faked the footage, which... that's the opposite of what the prosecutor stated to be doing. The prosecutor... Anyway, this is the only idea that makes sense, and I don't understand how it makes sense, but it is the one answer. What is that old Sherlock Holmes thing? Once you've omitted the impossible, then what remains, no matter how improbable, has to be the truth?
I know this won't go over well, but what if Mamiya was colluding with Ihara all along?
Huh?
Bear with me. Let's say Mamiya was in on this, and knew about the imposter in advance. If that's the case, the swap could happen right in front of her, and no one but the three of them would know.
You're saying the victim of a groping conspired with her assailant beforehand? That's ridiculous.
It's not a suggestion I'm fond of, but I have to consider the possibility that Mamiya Mamiya playing a part in this conspiracy.
Let me just say, I'm only trying to work out how a swap like that would be guaranteed to work. Now, if Ihara and his stand-in both know that Mamiya will pretend not to have seen them, they can trade places in the blind spot with impunity. Conversely, if Mamiya wasn't in on the plan, the idea of a swap would never work. We can say with certainty that she would have seen the swaps, so... she could have even called attention to the real Ihara the moment he stepped in. That way, the people around her would be focused on chasing the correct assailant. The rest is as we know it. They caught Ihara and detained him until the police showed up.
Hold that thought. If your theory is accurate, what about Ihara's trace evidence? Remember that fibers of the victim's underwear were detected on his hand.
Well, that can also be explained by Mamiya being in on the plan. For example, while the stand-in was showing himself at the security cameras, Mamiya could have easily provided Ihara access to a pair of underwear at the same time. Maybe the stand-in loitered around for so long because he was letting everyone else get themselves in place.
It's not impossible.
We can work out the other details later. But the point is, Ihara's murder alibi is shot if Mamiya was involved. In summary, it's possible Ihara disgraced himself to secure an unshakable alibi for Mikoshiba's murder.
I'll concede that it's an avenue worth pursuing.
And when it comes to the prosecution, they can't just admit they got the first case so wrong. Plus, they can't question Ihara about Mikoshiba's murder. In fact, their only option is to claim the tape was faked.
So he managed to make a farce out of the system after all.
Well, his court case for his son's bullying did get more or less thrown out, didn't it? The school, the investigative committee, and the court all agreed there wasn't enough evidence to convict anyone. No surprise for me that the guy held a grudge against the system for so long.
Hold on. Before we all decide on this.
What's up?
The obvious question to me is why would Mamiya be party to such a crime? She appears more than financially stable, and she's even raising a child. So why would she do something so enormously risky as helping establish a murder alibi?
Yeah, I haven't gotten that far yet. But maybe she was promised something that far exceeds the risk. Or maybe Ihara has some kind of dirt on her even?
Enough to make her help with a murder? What sort of secret would be big enough to force someone into that corner?
Which, some of what they're talking about now has been covered in chat, including that, they could be in a lot of debt, even though they're living nicely. There could be a lot of debt underneath the surface. Grumpy had said money or blackmail. Yeah, there could be something else that we don't know about that you wouldn't think to look for until you're trying to establish a motive for what we're looking at now. A 53-year-old patrolman and a married office worker and mother. The only connection between them so far is the train station itself.
What info do we have on Mamiya anyway? Maybe we can spot a connection to Ahara through her profile.
I'll pull her information. Just a second.
Oh, I just thought of something else those two would have guaranteed by working together.
What's that?
If Ahara wanted to use this crime as a murder alibi, he needed it to blow up into the public eye. But if he had chosen a victim who stayed silent, then nothing would have come of it. A solid plan would need to eliminate that variable, which means Mamiya being an accomplice was crucial to Ahara's success.
That's true.
Looks like Ahara pulled one over on the prosecution there. Had his accomplices right where he wanted them, even his victim. Once we learn how he's connected to Mamiya, we can root out the rest of his team.
Let's see. According to her file, her maiden name is Yui Suzuki. 30 years old, so that's consistent. Originally from Ota, Tokyo. Attended a private high school called Kurakawa Academy. Later graduated from Toto University.
Huh.
Met her husband on the job, apparently. Her husband, Taichi Mamiya, is an industrial designer at Techno Zeta Inc. 6 years ago, she gave birth to their only son, Sotakun, who's now in first grade.
Hold on. You said she went to Kurakawa Academy? I heard that name in Ijincho. If I recall correctly...
I have absolutely no memory of hearing the phrase Kurakawa Academy. I've been at Serio High School. As far as I know, it's not synonymously known as Kurakawa Academy. Was somebody spying on me went there? Doesn't sound familiar. And I don't think that that's where Tsukumo graduated, although I could be wrong about that too. I have no idea where Tsukumo graduated. I'm gonna go with this because of the three options, it is the least implausible.
When I went to scope out the murder scene, there were these three guys watching the detectives and me. They told us they were just checking things out, but they mentioned they're Kurakawa grads too.
You have any ID on you?
Will my license work?
Kake-san, age 30.
Akaike-san, age 30. Mommy is 30 as well.
What's that got to do with anything? Aren't we trying to find a connection between Mamiya and Ahara?
I found the Kurakawa Academy website. Looks like they're pretty prestigious. It's in Tokyo, specifically in Ota. Pretty close to where Mamiya lived. Oh.
What?
The girls there get such cute uniforms.
You little... You want to start all over from the bar exam?
Wait, I've seen that uniform before too, actually.
Where?
On an old picture of a teacher at Serio High. Sawa-sensei. Ahara's son confided in her. Is she actually a Kurakawa grad too? I don't know Sawa-sensei's exact age, but she could well be 30. Maybe all of them are even classmates.
Could this mean they're actually linked? The victim and her up-to-now unrelated assailant?
It's a tenuous link at best. Could fall apart any time. But no true detective alive would pass it up.
Wow, I didn't save all the way through here. So I'm going to hit save. And if I hit close, does it keep going? I'm not sure. Because this is this is the chapter break. Like, this is the perfect place to stop. It's where I've been aiming to end an episode, and it's actually super late. So what did we learn? Because this was a lot of information. When Yagami was checking out the murder site, there were the three guys that seemed very suspicious that were taking a picture of him, and he had to chase one of them down. He got him, and then when they were being interrogated, they were saying, and I remember talking about this now, they were like, oh, we're only in town for a high school reunion. We're here to do a high school reunion. And I remember saying, wait, if they went to school in Tokyo, why are they having their high school reunion in Ichinjo? Like, this is not near to where they're allegedly having, where they went to school. It's not they have to have their reunion there, but why are they scoping out this other area? They're going to have it like over in Chinatown. And I remember that the detective, we was like, you're nowhere near Chinatown right now, like on the other side of Ichinjo. But they were like, oh, well, yeah, we came to check out the murder scene because we thought it would be cool. Now what we're putting together is, what's the point of connection? That Sawa Sensei, Mamiya-chan, and those three guys all went to the same prestigious high school called Kurokawa Academy, and that what we don't know is anything from Ihara. Like, we don't know how the presence of Kurokawa Academy links in any way to Ihara Mikashiba, who did not, as far as we know, go there, unless he went there for some reason after graduating from Seiryo. That doesn't make a lot of sense based if they're both high schools. Kurokawa has no direct link to Ihara, Toshino, the kid that committed suicide, or to Mikashiba. But if it's linking together a number of co-conspirators, it's got to have something there. So we're still missing a really important step of the puzzle, but yeah, that seems super suspicious. Gropey says, no, I want to know. I think there's multiple more chapters, so we are nowhere near the solution to all this. Douglas says we're going to have to shove the young guy in jail. Moo says you've learned you can beat the snot out of somebody with a motorcycle. Yeah, and wasn't that great? And then Fox McCloud is saying high velocity automobile projectiles. So this was an episode of big advancements. I'm going to hit close, but if it starts playing a cutscene... Yeah, hold on. Nope. So what we're going to do is end it here, and then we're going to come back for our next episode, maybe as early as tomorrow. It would be fun to do a lead-in to twitch.tv/morethanamiya for her episode of Subnautica Sundays. However, she starts at noon, and early morning, like this game, as previously noted, deals with a lot of very heavy subjects that I'm not sure is a great way to have your morning cup of coffee, have some bacon and eggs, and then tune in for another episode of Judgment. So we might put this off until Monday evening, maybe do it ahead of Kyber Shards, and instead for tomorrow's stream, maybe we'll get together and do some more Riftbreaker. Or I gotta say that Chorus is a fun game, but I'm not sure is really great streaming material because the gameplay loop is relatively simplistic, but also high energy enough that it's very difficult to engage with chat during it. So I don't know that we're going to do a lot more streams of Chorus. If people really want to see more, I'm not objecting to it. But something like Riftbreaker offers a lot more sort of audience interaction to Other Side or something similar. As we were saying, Monday is already tied up. Why? Is something happening or what's up? Moo is also Double Arrow. Oh, they can't make it. Ooh. That's right. That's right. Nope. Azric is right. Monday is Wilder Myth Monday. You're absolutely right. So then it might be Tuesday that we get together. Groovy's also saying that on Monday I work. Silver Surfer is going to take off. Silver Surfer, thank you so much for stopping by. I do hope you enjoy the emotes, and hopefully we'll see you again real soon. Grumpy says I can't follow closely. Yes, Azric is right. Monday is Wilder Myth. I take it back. We are not doing this on Monday. Yeah, believe me, I look forward all week to doing more Wilder Myth. Moo is saying it's the last day. G's family is here, or we'll be paying attention to them. Sunday, says Moo. If people really want it, I don't object to doing more of this on Sunday. It's just Lost Judgment is an after hours type stream for sure. If people watching the VODs have not already noticed, we're actually going out of our way to include a content warning at the top of every episode. That's not accidental. We want anybody that clicks on any random episode to know that this is a fun and entertaining game about kicking people in the head and working with detective dogs and going to dance competitions. And then also, sometimes very unexpectedly, gets into some really heavy topics. And we just want people to understand that this game can go to extremes very, very quickly. But we are going to find somebody fun to raid. Ricardo, you're saying I'm fine as long as you're streaming at all. Ricardo, I really appreciate that. And on our way out, like this will be the last topic because my outros sometimes go longer than I expect. I just want to take one last opportunity to really thank everybody for a fantastic 2 years of streaming as an affiliate. We've actually been streaming for much longer than that, but especially over the last couple of years of being an affiliate, I started to say earlier, I was hesitant to pull that trigger because I really thought that we'd like throw up the option and it wouldn't be much of a launch. Like there wasn't going to be that people were excited to get in there and subscribe. And right from the start, like all of our like first founders badges were snapped up immediately, and those subscriptions have continued for a couple years. And we saw a bunch of those people come in today with Mia and Chivalry and Patikin, and we've also met so many more people along the way, like Moo and Groomfy and Ronan and Samalander and anybody else that gifted the subs. If I miss saying it here, understand that, guys, there were so many gift subs, so many bits coming through for that level 5 hype train. That was amazing. I'm not sure that I can list everybody that was contributing to that, and hopefully we got them all in the moment. Like Azric was contributing during that. It's amazing, and it means so much, and it was so much fun to share this 2-year anniversary with you guys. And as I've mentioned, I don't want to end this on like a down note, but we think a lot about the people who are not here to celebrate with us, and that we would want to celebrate their milestones with them. So I do hope that as we step into a new year, we can each take an opportunity to say to the people around us that you guys really count. It really means a lot, and this was a fantastic anniversary. I appreciate it very, very much. Drian is giving Moo a kind hug. Thank you for being you, says Moo. I really, really appreciate that, you guys. And again, on our way out, do check out Ricardio's video, because I've done enough video editing to know that those projects take a lot of time and energy to get done, and it's up on his YouTube channel right now. Ricardio, before we jump out, if you want to post a link to it, you will be able to do that. We don't have links turned off here, so do feel free to do that. And again, you guys, liking and commenting on Ricardio's video is another way to say to somebody that they're awesome and you care about them, because that helps raise up that profile for other people. It's just a thought. So now, rather than go on too long, let's find somebody awesome to raid, and we'll see you again, let's say soon, for some more Lost Judgment, because I'm really invested in the story, and one thing about a mystery is that it tends to be complicated enough that you don't want to let it sit fallow for too long. You start to forget important things like Kurokawa Academy that I had totally forgotten up until Yagami reminded me. Let's find somebody to raid. Until next time, you guys, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great night.